Welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series season number 4 race in Nashville, and we are live here tonight. It is race number 13 of season number 4, and we're at the Nashville Superspeedway in Tennessee. So we of course welcome you live. Like I said, once again, a lot of changes here for tonight. It is, like I said, 6 races remaining until the regular season for the Cup Series, and we are in the broadcast booth here tonight for the race in Nashville, Tennessee. So, of course, I'm your host, as always, Ethan Trendler. Tonight, William Franklin, Xfinity Series driver for Johnson Motorsports, is going to be joining me here in the booth tonight. Yeah. Of course, like I said, 6 races remaining in the regular season tonight at Nashville's kicked off that stretch. But, of course, the big change, we are going to the Gen 6 car for tonight at Nashville Superspeedway. The first ever time in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series history that the Gen 7 next-gen car won't be used in a race. And you'll see a bunch of Gen 6 cars on the racetrack here tonight for the first time in history. No Xfinity Series last night, so it is straight to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series after Iowa last week, and we got a lot to catch up on tonight. First up, the half-hour warm-up session, then we got 2 laps of qualifying, and then race 150 laps. It's the 4th ever Cup Series race from Iowa, from Nashville Superspeedway, I should say. And cars are just about to be on the racetrack here at Nashville. We'll be live in just a few moments. All right, cars on the racetrack here at Nashville Superspeedway. We are just about ready to go racing. Welcome live to Nashville. Cars are going to be heading on track from Nashville, Tennessee. All right, here we go. Gen 6 cars on the racetrack. We're live in Nashville for race 13 of the Cup Series season. There's a 79. That is Ashton Miller making his way down the front straightaway to turns 1 and 2. As, of course, we welcome live to the broadcast booth Eli Franklin. Of course, like I said, part-time Xfinity Series driver lately this season for Johnson Motorsports. So, Eli, it's your first time in the booth. We're here at Nashville Superspeedway with these Gen 6 cars, brand new car, updated racetrack as well. What do we kind of expect here through this warm-up session, do you think? What kind of things do you think drivers are learning?
Well, one, the big difference is that from the next gen, they go from 5 gears to the old gen, which is 4 gears. A big difference. In the next gen, you'll be downshifting a lot at this race, but since we're in a Gen 4, it'll be way less downshifting, if downshifting at all.
Of course, like I mentioned earlier, this race, the Cup Series has ran the Gen 7 car in every single race, all 77 points races so far. Race number 78 in the Cup Series points races will be Gen 6.
Yeah, big difference for all these drivers. This whole time in this league, they've been running Gen 7, now going to Gen 6. A big difference. Hopefully, it's a good race tonight. Hopefully, they put the time in to get used to these Gen 6 cars, because you can't really flip right back to Gen 6 because the car is probably a lot looser. These cars will race a lot better in the short tracks. The next gen is very tight in these tracks, and Gen 6 you can move around a lot more. You don't have to be stuck to the bottom.
Here's the 9 of Bryce Benton. What a run he had. Led the most laps in Iowa last week. Unfortunately, late race issues took him out of contention for the win. Ended up finishing 15th. And man, that was just such a heartbreak for the driver of the 9. Still searching for that first career Cup Series win as he heads down the front straightaway here at Nashville. Here is, I believe that's the 80, that is Logan Giesbrett, unsponsored car for the most part on this thing. Back in the real Gen 6 days, you did see a whole lot more unsponsored machines than you see today. I really can only think of one next gen that was actually unsponsored. There's the 94. That is CJ Erdman. He's full time in the Xfinity Series, making his way through turns 3 and 4 and back down the front straightaway. Cars on pit road. There's the 2 of Joseph Tucker. From Chandler Racing. He's top 5 in the Cup Series race last week at Iowa. Bryce Benton at the top of the board now. he's on a good run starting off. There is Cole Clausen, the 71, your Season 2 Cup Series champion. So weird to kind of see these Gen 6 cars on the racetrack as Clausen gets a little bit loose while White to the side. Matthew White currently third on the board. Yeah, obviously.
Big difference.
Go ahead.
There's a big difference from, you can see these people already getting very loose to exit these corners. Gen 7 is kind of really hard to get loose in these cars. Now going back to Gen 6, it's very loose entering and exiting these corners.
Yeah, such a big difference. This car obviously drives more like the Xfinity Series car. So maybe some Xfinity Series regulars like Jacob Marino. He's currently P7 on the board, making his second career Cup Series start. CJ Erdman, the second Xfinity driver in this field. Car in the wall, I believe that's called Clausen. There is the 50, that is Connor Havarilla heading onto the track. First full-time season for Clear High Racing. He was full-time last season, of course, for Legacy Simpla. He moves over to Chevrolet this year. There's Matthew White back down the front straightaway in that 7 Valvoline machine. So far, top 5, Benton, White, Hunsaker, Hilkwich, and Ashton Miller. Here's the 01 of Jamie McKinney. Hello Kitty on the paint scheme this week. So obviously this is the only race that we have confirmed for the Gen 6 car. Well, we will have a whole league vote for if we should keep using this car for select Cup Series races for the rest of the year. If we decide not to, then we'll go exclusively Gen 7 for at least the rest of the season. If things change around and we actually do, we will have some action with the Gen 6 for the rest of this year, then we will have a new updated schedule on what races will be Gen 6 and what races will be Gen 7. So we'll be right back here at Nashville Super Speedway. Still about 20 minutes remaining here in practice. So far, Braden Hunsaker top of the board. Cameron Chandler is going to second. Bryce Benson now in P3.
Very close time so far. Top 5 within 5. Been half a second.
Yeah, we saw that same thing in Nashville, not Nashville, I should say Iowa last week. Such a close qualifying effort all throughout the fields. Back here in about 20 seconds or so, just fixing something.
We'll say qualifying matters a lot more at this track, Nashville. Not this what you call short track, but it's very hard to pass, and track position matters a lot in these cars. It's hard to pass on the outside.
Yeah, we did a bunch of testing with the Gen 7 car here at Nashville Super Speedway. As of late. Sorry, just a little bit of an extended break here, just having to fix something. So we get back right to the action in just a moment. Alright. As we welcome you back live in Nashville Super Speedway, the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series on track here for the warm-up session. Oh, is McKinney going to go around? Maybe he'll be sliding. You usually didn't see this kind of thing with the Gen 7.
No, you didn't really see that stuff with Gen 7. Gen 7, most of the time you see people hit the wall. You don't see people get loose all the time.
There is Connor Havarilla. He's up the track heading down the back straightaway now from Nashville. There is Braden Hunsaker. Obviously all new paint schemes this week. There's Jacob Clarino in the 33. Making his way through 1 and 2. He's actually going to go maybe around almost.
Yep, there he goes. Oh, what a save.
Ooh. He's getting that thing sideways, and he'll save it. Here is this 77. There is John Butler in the 09 heading down the front straightaway. What a consistent season John Butler has had. Obviously got a new paint scheme on the board here, the 09. Obviously, another thing I forgot to mention, you're going to have the door numbers in the middle for tonight. This is Gen 6 car, so traditional way to have the door numbers. Good to see that back. Really, really good.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. Looks a lot better in these cars compared to the next gen cars.
Obviously, the Xfinity Series runs that. There's the 53. I believe that's Matt Grab. Obviously, a whole lot less going on in this car than what we usually see for Matt Grab. But you see the 8 of Cameron Chandler, kind of a similar paint scheme, actually basically the same as of his primary Cup Series scheme. Monster Energy on board this week. Here's the 9 of Bryce Benson, colorful scheme this week. Mountain Dew watermelon. There's Connor DeFilippi. Sorry. Heads down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. This is the first start for Track Speed Motorsports, I believe it's called. Owned by Zayner Mine Company. Select Cup Series starts, and they start off with Gen 6 here tonight in Nashville. Still about 17 minutes to go in this warm-up session, not even halfway through. Of course, real quick, let's take a look at your playoff standings entering tonight in Nashville Superspeedway. So, of course, still a regular season championship battle being going on between Matthew White and Cameron Chandler. Chandler closed up the gap pretty nicely after Iowa. He's currently second in points. White still your points leader. Benton also good points haul in Iowa. He's third place away from Braden Hunsicker, who saw us down to fourth. Banks won Iowa last week. Also going to give news on Dylan Banks later on. And then you look at the cut line. Connor Haverilla just +6 on Joseph Tucker. Matt Grab there -7, 14th in points. Andrew Stacy 7 out, he's 15th. And then Pacey Lindsay, he's 16th, still 14 points out of the cut line. Of course, like I said,
very close. Very close cut line. One stage break. Stage points come out a lot too. Oh, yeah. Stage points come out a lot here tonight. Cut line only being 6 points, and last 2 cars in, it's 9 and 6. It's going to be very close battle. Stage points make a big difference to a race tonight.
We have a horrific crash on the back straightaway. Trenton Wilkin went on his
That's the whole field right there.
Basically. 15 minutes to go. Like I was saying, Dylan Banks, big update here. It's a personal issue. It wasn't announced just yet, but Dylan Banks and the number 48 Ethan Trendler Racing Team, after winning in Iowa last week, they will be pulling out from tonight's Cup Series race in Nashville. Obviously, like I said, issue unknown. All 3 other ETR full-time cars will go on as normal. Trenton Wilkin, Joseph Tucker, and Sean Hilquich. Trenton Wilkin has gone to the top of the board. Good speed in that 12 early.
Very good lap.
Second, Braden Hunsicker. Third, Chandler, Benson, White, Asbell, Miller, Grab, Clarino, and Hilquich round at your top 10. Only about a 10th and a half separating the entire top 10 cars. As here's Wilkin. Race will be under the lights as well. We'll start in the sunset, go to darkness, and as usual here at Nashville Superspeedway, but we're going to have a brand new show on the track, the Gen 6 car. Boy, I tell you, I really did a lot of testing with this car, some of these Cup Series drivers, and man, you can really put on a show here in Nashville. It's going to be one heck of a race. Here is Andrew Stacy, like I mentioned, 7 points out of the cut line, P15 in points. He needs a good night today, currently 15th. Here is the 11. That is Diego Rodriguez. There is the 80 Logan Giesbrecht, his team. Definitely going to take a lot to get used to these Gen 6 cars on the racetrack. As they head down the front straightaway once again. There's Bryce Wilson in the grass. Oh, as we have a horrific crash down the... Oh, Ashton Miller. In the middle of the track. Oh, and he gets hit again by Trenton Wilkin, his former teammate at ETR. I keep thinking that 01 is Matt Grab, but it's actually Jamie McKinney. It's got the Matt Grab colors on the car. Is Matt Grab still in the almost blank 53? I believe he might be. There's the 87. He has stopped. There's Joseph Tucker back on the track. Here's the 9 of Benton. And here's Rodriguez making his way to turns 3 and 4. So still, it's Trenton Wilkin, top of the board. There's John Butler in the pits currently. So Eli, obviously, once again, your first time in the Cup Series booth, but we're about maybe just over 15 minutes into practice here in the warm-up session in Nashville. Has anything really surprised you that we've seen on track so far and over the timing board?
Honestly, kind of expected these cars you have a lot closer times. First to 20 seconds, only 6/10 of a second difference, and I'm seeing this based off these practice laps. The cut line's going to be very interesting tonight, as in 11th is the 53 car, and he's 8 back, and the car of the cut line 6 above the 50 is near like 20. He is a 17th in practice so far. So right now, as it's standing, looks like if it goes how the night will go, 53 might get a decent amount of points tonight based off how practice is going.
Yeah, Matt Graff, he's had really good speed this season, but kind of bad luck overall to take him out of contention. Remember back in Iowa and Charlotte, not the luck he needed there after having top 10, even top 5 sometimes speed. Here's Connor Asbell. What a terrible year he's had outside of his Cup Series win in Fontana. A couple of good finishes after that, but other than that, it's been a ton of DNFs and not really a whole lot of points scored. He's found himself pretty far out of the playoff cup. Connor Asbell makes his way for 3 and 4. Also, another thing to watch out for tonight is the contact here between Matthew White and Cameron Chandler in top 2 in points. Another thing to watch out for tonight is multi-group racing. You see White get a good run around the outside on Chandler or through the middle and clear him. Don't think you're going to obviously see cars on the wall, but maybe 2, possibly 3 lanes.
Yeah, definitely have a lot of action tonight. A lot of 2-3 live tonight. Multi-groove. Got to keep, and plus in these cars, you got to save the tires. You can't just push it right off the green flag. You got to be able to save.
As we got a car pulling onto the racetrack, that is the 90 of Eli Tomlin. It's pretty off the pace in Iowa last week, but that was, of course, with the next gen car. We'll see what he can do in tonight's Gen 6. Matthew White makes his way to 3 and 4, and going to exit turn 4 and roll down this front stretch. The pace here looks not so bad as he heads back into 1 and 2. Here's Pace and Lindsay, currently 10th. He's one of these drivers. Oh, he's trying to use the outside lane. Got a big loose moment there. Off corner exit and back down the front straightaway. Pace and Lindsay, of course, one of those drivers below the playoff cup right now. He's going to need a good night if he wants to get close to that. Bryce Benton down the front straightaway again in that 9 machine. There's 71 of Cole Clausen. The driver that's going to be making a start tonight is Alexander Ortega, of course, full-time Xfinity Series driver. Won the Cup Series race this season at Chicagoland. Man, what a job he did there. And what a race it was overall. Stacey at 96 heads on the front straightaway. About 9 minutes or so left in practice. Here is Jacob Clarino. Of course, like I mentioned, his second career Cup Series start. Really good time so far in 8th. Like I said, about 9 minutes remaining in this warm-up session here at Nashville Super Speedway. Obviously, 6 races remaining in the regular season after tonight.
Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. 96.
Just a moment. All right. Just about 8 minutes remaining in this warm-up session here at Nashville Super Speedway. It's Trenton Wilkin top of the board. Haven't really seen too many times to prove after that. There's Cameron Chandler making his way to 3 and 4. Matthew White looking like he's going to pit road. Cars down the front straightaway. He's off to a great start of his season. He was actually in the playoff cut line earlier in the year, but unfortunately issues really took him out of that. Here is Jamie Kenny making his way for 3 and 4. He was in the booth last week in the Cup Series race at Iowa. Now on track as he makes his way down the front straightaway. So qualifying is coming up next here at Nashville Super Speedway. Take another look at your playoff cut line. It's going to be really, really close all around. I mean, 9th on back is only like, that's not even a full race. 20 points. William Reagan just plus 20. Cole Clausen just plus 14. It's going to be so intense throughout the entire field.
And plus, William Reagan's not racing tonight. Well, yes, last week in the interview said he wasn't going to be racing today, so big hit in the point standings tonight based on how it goes.
Yeah, that is definitely not what he wanted to see. For William Reagan, he'll be trying to do some more things to get back into that playoff cut line. He's had such a good last few races. Unfortunately, got an EOL penalty after Nashville. That kind of hurt his point situation a bit. Real quick, let's take a look at your remaining regular season races for the season. So, of course, tonight in Nashville, we'll be going to that. Then we head to Watkins Glen International. What a race we had there last season. What a battle between Matthew White and Aiden Donahue. Part 2 could be coming next week. Both those drivers, of course, going to be in the field as White goes to the top of the board. In Indianapolis, the Brickyard 400 after that. We got Richmond, Kansas, and, of course, our Daytona regular season finale. End off the regular season is now, of course, like I said, White is top of the board. About 6 minutes remaining in practice. Sun is beginning to set as well. Sorry, just reloading trading plates. It's here 72 of Connor Asbel in the wall and now crashing down this back straightaway. Hard on the wall. Big hit down the backstretch for the 72. Here's the 81. That is Sean Hillquich. There's Andrew Stacy currently stopping. Ooh, let's see if we got a bit of a bump there. Chandler in the grass, and he crashes just the course throughout the field. There's Connor Avrilla, Payson Lindsay, 79 of Ashton Miller on pit road as well. Ooh, Payson Lindsay up the track, in the wall he goes. Down this back straightaway, so of course, we've played a lot of things here tonight. One more thing to go over before this warm-up session is over. As Mason Lindsay hits the wall. Of course, our league at Instagram, the issues we had with that lately in Iowa, that'll be resolved, and the Instagram will be back up shortly. Obviously, we're using my personal Instagram account for the league updates and all that usual stuff that we have as of late. But we'll be back up to normal. Brand new account pretty soon, we promise. Coming ASAP. Ortega up to third.
87 upside down.
Find it. There it is. There's the scene of the accident. They all reset. Oh, there's a car going around. That's Alexander Ortega. Of course, 1 Cup Series win to his name. Just look at this top 10. From now top of the board, Cameron Chandler, now second Wilkin, really times are improving. I was gonna say before Chandler and Wilkin put on 2 amazing lap times that the entire top 10 was separated by less than 1/10 of a second. Now it's obviously 2/10 after Chandler's insane lap, but that just shows how close the field is. Now times are starting to improve even more. McKinney up to third. Late, good laps all around. 3 minutes remaining. Maybe some qualifying sim laps late in the session to get ready for quali.
Yeah, qualifying is going to be a big deal based on how close the time is. One mistake and you're going to be in the back.
Yeah, that's a detrimental issue for drivers like Pacey Lindsay, Matt Crab, Connor Havrilla, Andrew Stacy, drivers just on that playoff cut line, battling for every point they can get. Top 10 scores stage points at the end of the stage. And there's the lap 75. Pole winner is awarded a bonus point, so 0x. and then you get your normal points throughout the field of the race finishing decisions. But first on 20th now, even after Chandler put that insane lap to a gap second by a 10th, is still only about 3.5 tenths from first place Cameron Chandler to 20th place Cole Clausen. Car's pole on track. There's McKinney, there's the 79 of Ashton Miller. Making his way through 3 and 4. Oh, his car getting loose, that's Connor Havrilla. Kind of been struggling in the session so far. He is down in 19th. One big struggling car is Cole Clausen, that's 71. 20th, like I said. So he's going to need to find some pace in that 71 MNF Racing machine if he wants to be up front. Still about 2 minutes to go in the warm-up session, coming to the end of it. We got qualifying coming up next in Nashville. The whole fuel window should be an interesting thing as well. In testing, we saw that you can't make it to the end of the stage, even with 100% fuel capacity. Assuming it's going to be the same here. Usually is. Alexander Ortega makes his way down the back straightaway. P6 on the board currently for the driver of the 20. Chandler Wilson Racing.
Brandon Hunsinger up to second, 29.261. Good lap for him.
Yeah, great lap for Hunsinger. He needs points tonight, trying to get back into that third place position in the point standings, taking that away from Bryce Benson, who's currently 7th on the board. Of course, third place pays playoff points. You get 5 playoff points for third, 10 I should say for second, and of course 15 for the regular season champion. Oh, in the wall hard, Matthew White, and he gets destroyed by the 71 of Cole Clausen. Of course, the regular season championship is still wide open, about 30 or so points separating Cameron Chandler and Matthew White after Iowa. That could desperately change with these next weeks. You got good tracks for Matthew White coming up like Watkins Glen and Indianapolis. Then you also got great tracks for Cameron Chandler coming up like Richmond and Kansas. To end off this regular season. Cameron Chandler, is spinning on the back straightaway is 53 of Matt Grab. Matthew White actually won the Xfinity Series race here last season at Nashville Superspeedway. Of course, the Xfinity Series doesn't come here anymore. So he does have experience with this type of car. Obviously not the exact same, but close enough. Closer than the Gen 7, we should say. Practice is over here in Nashville. Qualifying coming up at Nashville Superspeedway for the Cup Series. Here we go in quali. We are live in Nashville Superspeedway, and it's the first ever Gen 6 qualifying for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series in Nashville. Who's going to win the pole? Here we go.
Matthew White out first.
Sun's going to be setting. Here is the driver with the most all-time NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series poles, Matthew White. Also has 16 career Cup Series wins. That will put him #1 on the all-time list as well. Looking for career win number 17 and looking to add to his pole record as well. Here we go in quali. White gonna head off turn number 4 and roll down the, bit of a loose moment there. So of course got 2 laps qualifying as always, unlike this is a super speedway. I know this says it's a super speedway, but it's not. So here's the 01 of McKinney, there's 53 of Matt Grab. Chandler still on pit road. Here's Hunsicker making his way through 3 and 4, or 1 and 2, I should say. 96 Vendor Stacy up the racetrack. Gotta be careful not to wash up wide. You can run the middle, but you don't want to run up to the wall and lose all your momentum. Stacy in the 3 and 4. There is Brandon Pfeiffer. Here is the 50 of Connor Havrilla as well. There's Cameron Chandler.
Heck of a lap by Matthew White, faster than all the cars in practice.
Miller slots in second, not even half tenth back. Braden Hunsinger top of the board. Really picking up lap times here and qualifying are these drivers. Tucker 4th, Stacy 5th, Here is Connor Aswell, Pace, and Lindsay. Now they're across the line. Matthew White, I believe he is done. He is second for the driver that was fastest in practice. Here is Jacob Clarino in 3 and 4. There is Connor Havrillo, the 8 of Cameron Chandler as well. But it's Braden Hunsaker on provisional pole. Miller 3rd, McKinney goes 5th. Pace and Lindsay is 7th. Chandler across the line on lap 1, he's 3rd. What can he do here on lap 2? We'll see. Here's Havrillo, there's Clarino. Final time down the back straightaway for the driver of the 33. I'm sorry, he still has another lap left after this. Way up the right check, and in the wall is Sean Hilquich. Well, that is going to kill this time. He'll have to stop. Hunsaker, he's done in qualifying. Currently on provisional pole. Here's Steve Filippi down the backstretch. And he is pulling that thing down to the pits. It's not even on the board yet. Here's Matt Grab. He is 4th on lap 1. Would love to get a bonus point for pole position as he heads down the back straightaway. In the 3 and 4 yet again for Matt Grab. And he'll back it down. He's going to qualify 4th, not improving on that lap time. Here comes Bryce Benson. He was 7th in practice, but dominated Iowa last week. Obviously, that's a completely different track, even completely different car. Something not really used to saying in the Cup Series, as he's up the racetrack here in 1 and 2. And he'll roll down the back straightaway. Minute and 40 seconds left. Here is the 81 of Hilquich. Ooh, he's loose on the bottom. Yet to put down a time. As he comes across the timing line, what will it be? I believe it's outside the top 10. It's 11th for Sean Hilquich on lap 1. Here is CJ Erdman. Ooh, he's loose down the back straightaway. Here comes Hunsaker across the line. That's the 29 of Richard Cherry, or Carlos Ortiz. Should have been Richard Cherry. Here's Matthew White into 3 and 4. Trenton Wilkin heading down the front straightaway. Ortega is 2nd. He jumps Matthew White. Benton is P6. And he backs it down. Here is Carlos Ortiz heading down the front straightaway, filling in for Richard Cherry. About 40 seconds left to go. Trenton Wilkin is 6th on lap 1. What will lap 2 bring for the driver of the 12? Oh, he's in the wall hard. And he will back it down. Still only about 30 seconds to go. Still a lot of cars yet to run. And probably the last one to go over the line is going to be the 29 of Ortiz. Currently 19th. Can he improve here on lap 2? Final car in qualifying. That's on a time. Across the line he goes. Carlos Ortiz improves to 7th. And that will do it in qualifying. Braden Hunsaker on pole position in Nashville. What a lap for him. Alexander Ortega going to be starting on the front row. That'll do it. Qualifying over. It is race time in Nashville. Here we go. As we, of course, welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Season number 4, race from the Nashville Superspeedway. First time ever the Gen 6 car is going to be on the racetrack here in Nashville, and this should be one heck of a show. 150 laps here for tonight. Welcome live to Nashville. Cars going to be on the grid, of course. Like I said, your pole's position sitter Braden Hunsaker are going to lead the field to the green flag. Some storylines heading into tonight. Ethan Chandler Racing is coming off 3 straight Cup Series wins, but of course their last winner, Dylan Banks, is not going to be in this race here tonight after personal issues. His entire 48 team also pulls out, but you'll have the other 3 full-time Ethan Chandler Racing cars in the field anyways. Let's go over your starting grid. You got Braden Hunsaker on the front row, Alexander Ortega going to be lining up at the front row with him, Chevrolet in Ford, and then in row number 2 you got 2 of your championship contenders and regular season championship top 2, Matthew White and Cameron Chandler. Then Matt Grab, he really needs points tonight, starts 5th. Who's outside is going to be the 12 of Trenton Wilkin. You got Benton, Miller lining up in row number 4, and then Jamie McKinney, Connor Aswell round out your top 10. You get the rest of the top 20, and then on back to outside the top 20 and rest of the field on the left side of your screen. All right, this is Nashville. Cole Clausen, our in-race reporter. I don't know what happened to your teammate Ethan McMillan. Unfortunately, he's not going to show up today.
Well, unfortunately, Ethan, he went on protest for the Gen 6 cart. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, he's dealing with some personal issues. So, McMillan, once again, will not be racing for the millionth time. So, thankfully, we don't get that prepared caution on lap 21 anymore. So, that's pretty good. Obviously,
automatic caution is also on for tonight for the first time since Season 2. That's going to be a big thing today. We'll see how that all works out. As they will roll off pit road, coming to the green flag shortly. As here we go, rolling to pace speed. This is Nashville. It's Music City in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, and for the first time ever, the Gen 6 car will be leading us here at Nashville Superspeedway. Cars roll onto the back straightaway, rolling onto the grid. We'll check pit road speed this time. What a season it's been so far. 12 races down, race number 13 of the year. We are over halfway now once the green flag comes out tonight on the Cup Series season. As Braden Hunsaker is going to lead the down pit road to check pit road speed and check their pit boxes as always. Choose cone, like usual, going to be down the front straightaway on the restarts. No choose cone on the initial start of this race. 150 laps, 299 miles. Halfway break going to be at the end of lap number 75. Cole Clausen, as we will, actually, I'll wait until you cross to find your pit box. But of course, they roll down to pit road. From the one green this time. As drivers come to find their pit boxes. As Braden Hunsaker, 2 wins this season. Earlier in the year at Atlanta and Gateway, 2 really chaotic wins, but still got the job done. Tied 2 wins most of the season with Matthew. His teammate starts on his bumper. So, Cole Clausen, 75 laps this first stage. What's your fuel window looking like right now?
Right now, I got 60 laps of fuel left, so we will have to be pitting unless we get possibly an early caution here. Maybe some drivers can save.
All right, so that's the thing we were talking about in the warm-up session confirmed. Going to be about maybe 15 laps short, possibly if we don't get any caution flags here in this first half. This is a big race. The first ever time the Gen 6 car is being raced in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, and it is at Nashville Superspeedway tonight for race 13 of the Cup Series season. Hunsaker, Ortega going to lead the field to the green flag. We are underway in racing in Music City. Down the backstretch, side by side, between Braden Hunsaker and Alexander Ortega. Door to door even with 3 and 4. Ortega's got that outside lane. Now Braden Hunsaker going to slide his nose down in there. Who's going to lead lap 1 at Nashville? They're still side by side, multiple lanes deep as well. It'll be Hunsaker, I believe, barely over the 28 of Ortega. But Ortega back around the outside looking to take the lead away. Back into 1 and 2s. They are still side by side. Ooh, sliding around the outside is Alexander Ortega looking to get clear on Braden Hunsaker. He is almost clear. Now you got the 8 of Chandler coming to the outside. Hunsaker trying to find his nose back in there, but the 28 of Ortega is clear for the race lead. Side-by-side action behind him as well. Now door-to-door for second place between Hunsaker and Chandler. Chandler,
very impressive clearance so far from the outside lane.
Yeah, good runner again around the outside for Cameron Chandler. He's going to clear Braden Hunsaker. Now work on Alexander Ortega side-by-side for the race lead. Around the outside he goes, got there to the quarter panel, and they're door-to-door for 3 and 4, looking for the second lead change of the night. Chandler around the outside. Ortega, though, going to keep his nose back in there. side drafting each other back down this front stretch. Almost 3 wide. Now he is 3 wide. Here comes Huntsicker down the front straightaway and back into 1 and 2. Still 3 by 3 through 1 and 2. There's the 7 of Matthew White. Where's he gonna go? Squeezing each other for the race lead. 3 wide for the top spot in Nashville. Almost contact between Ortega and Chandler. Chandler to the outside. Ortega clears Huntsicker. Ortega gonna try to slide up in front of that 8 car, but Chandler is still there, still to the outside lane, and now Huntsicker once again 3 wide. What a race early on in Nashville, 3 wide for the race lead.
Big runs up from the outside.
Big send by your pole sitter Huntsicker. He's still not clear though. They are still 3 wide, making their way through 3 and 4. Ortega up the racetrack nearly to the door of the 8 of Chandler. They will not quit. White, where's he gonna go? He's on the bumper. There's Matt Grab as well. Ortega is clear of Huntsicker, and now he's just side by side with Chandler, and now he finally clears for the race lead. Chandler, no, not giving up. He's gonna get Ortega. Ortega getting the 28, got a little bit tight, and here comes Cameron Chandler back to the inside. Side by side. Oh, Chandler loose to the bottom. Had to maybe check up a bit. He's now got Matthew White to his inside for second place. Bryce Benton pushing his teammate back into 1 and 2. What a race early on in Nashville, 7 laps in. This one has been insane. And they are still door to door, maybe 4 or 5 lanes deep. Chandler trying to clear on Matthew White. He is clear now, going to try to run down. Oh, car loose. That is Matt Grab. Almost went around as they get almost 3 wide here once again, trying to cycle everything out. Here we go for the race lead. Cameron Chandler just drove around Alexander Ortega and will clear for the top spot in Nashville. Now Matthew White looking for second place. Chandler needs White to have a bad run and for himself to have a really solid day if he wants to make up any more rounds for their regular season championship. But White just a tire track behind him. Almost contact for second place though. Ortega though clears Matthew White for P2. White though gonna send it down deep. Back into 1 and 2 they will go. Still your leader, Cameron Chandler, your 3rd leader in Nashville. Your pole sitter Braden Huntsicker falling back to maybe 6th. It's got Trenton Wilkin to his outside, McKinney on his bumper as well. Outside once again, here comes Wilkins side by side now with Matthew White. He has cleared the 77 of Huntsicker, and he's going for it for P4 in Nashville. Trenton Wilkin was fastest in practice for a little bit. Ooh, big send once again to the outside by White, trying to keep it on his door. Trying to side draft each other down this back straightaway.
Huntsicker will help his teammate Matthew White there with a little push on the back straightaway.
As Cole Wilson, a little bit late, has finally joined the booth. As we welcome the Xfinity Series regular to the booth. As cars head down the front straightaway to lap 10, Cameron Chandler still your race leader. Can Ortega start to run him down? You got a side-by-side battle between Matthew White and Trenton.
If I'm Trenton, I got to be a little worried. Being stuck on the outside, it can be faster, but also it will burn out your tires more. So now, as Trenton clears for 4th, he's going to get in line and hopefully try and save his tires a little bit. And now maybe even look under Bryce Benton.
Yeah, here we go, side-by-side for 3rd place. Trenton Wilkin really lighting up the tables so far early in Nashville. Coming off 3 straight top 5 finishes. Big sense! Contact with Benton in the wall hard, Matthew White! No caution just yet. White was hard in the wall. We're going to stay green. Everyone is able to get out of the way. Matthew White, your points leader, hard in the wall, and he's going to pull it to pit road. That is huge.
Right front tire not moving, that car could be done for today. Car's not turning, looks like it's done for today.
That is not what Matthew White needed to see, and he is going to park it. We stay green, no caution came out. Matthew White is possibly done for the night. Your points leader, that is absolutely massive, and with Cameron Chandler leading this race, he can possibly score 31 points tonight. Stage win, the race win, and 0x. Still to go. And Matthew White is going to score 0. Guaranteed at this point. That is massive for the driver of the 7. Side by side here between Andrew Stacy and now Matt Grab. This is actually a battle for 9th. It was a battle for 10th before Matthew White had that big issue. Payson Lindsay just drove around the 9 of Benton. Benton is going to fall back to 7th place. Matthew White has to be absolutely heated after that. Can we get Cole Wilson to get a little bit of a word with Matthew White and report back on us?
I'll go down to the infield care center and see if I can get a word with him.
All right. On lap 15 in Nashville, Trenton Wilkin now trying to work on this 28 of Alexander Ortega. Trying to come to the outside lane. Of course, it honestly just looked like a big stack up between Wilkin, Benson, and White. They just made contact a little bit further back. Getting loose there is the 12 of Wilkin as they head down to the back straightaway yet again here in Nashville. Still Cameron Chandler, your race leader. So what I saw, Wilkin, oh, maybe the 9 came down a bit on Trenton. Wilkin made contact with him, and then he slid way up the racetrack straight to the door of Matthew White. Very unfortunate. Now here's...
Yeah, 7 made contact with the 9. The 9 went to the 12, and then it just went on from there. The 9 went back to the 7 at end 7's day.
So unfortunate for Matthew White, and this is a huge, and I mean massive opportunity for Cameron Chandler to really close up that points gap. But he's still got his driver all over the back bumper. 18 laps in, we've been caution-free so far, but we already have maybe 1 car out of the race. I don't know if he's officially retired. There he is on pit road currently. He has big damage. He's trying to repair anything he can to maybe come back on the racetrack. Here we go for the lead. The 28 of Ortega back to the inside of Chandler. Side by side, big send into the 3 and 4 for Ortega. And he's going to clear for the race lead. New leader once again coming to lap 19. It's Alexander Ortega. Ooh, Wilkin a bit of a moment there. Chandler, though, coming back outside, trying to re-race with that 28. Big crossover back to the inside lane. Ooh, he's going to cut his nose off a bit. Into 1 and 2. As they head down the back straightaway at Nashville. Side by side now between Trenton and Hunsicker and Wilkin, door to door for 3rd place. Hunsicker started on pole, fell back earlier on. Trying to get 3rd place back. How about Jamie McKinney after that White issue into 5th place?
Matthew White says day is over, 16 minutes of required repairs, and he said Bryce just kind of parked in mid corner, he hit the back of him and just put him straight up into the wall. So unfortunate for Matthew White, and probably will lose the points lead. So really the worst possible night for Matthew White, and he'll have to rebound next week.
Oh, we got a spin here in turn 3. Hard crash.
Caution. It's Matt Grab, and that is, oh, he's gonna nearly take out Logan Giesbrecht. That could have been huge as Matt Grab has big damage. The toe is bent in that 53 car. Let's take a look at what happens. Don't know why the caution didn't come out for that. 3 wide. Oh, I think he just cleared himself there on Joseph Tucker. And he slides back into the field. That should have been an iRacing caution. Gets destroyed by Carlos Ortiz. Oh, and just barely made contact with Logan Giesbrecht there. And he has damage. Let's take a look. This is going to be putting these cars in an interesting spot for fuel situation as well, riding along with Matt Grab. I think he just came down.
Came down on Tucker, turned himself back into traffic. Nothing for Ortiz to do. Oh, unfortunate for him.
This car is probably going to coming down pit road shortly as well. We do have your leaders pitting. Racing actually wants to work 5 minutes. Here we go. Leaders are on pit road. There is your leader, Alexander Ortega. So this should put him in an interesting spot for the fuel situation. First caution of the night. Leaders are pitting. 4-fish Goodyear tires, looks like.
That 53 car is very skewed out. I think that's some wheel damage and some possibly the end of the day for him.
Off pit road first is Jamie McKinney. Second going to be Connor Aswell. Obviously some pit strategy going on here. Miller going to be third, and then your other leaders, Ortega and the 8 of Chandler, going to come out 4th and 5th. Yeah, so like we said, first caution flag of the night. Let's take a look real quick again on that Mac Grab incident. Obviously, I'm
Jamie
assuming.
McKinney did fuel only.
Yeah, that's. I think everybody else, or most everybody else, took 4 tires from the blimp. Get a really good angle here. Oh yeah, just came down.
Okay, yeah, Jamie McKinney, Connor Asbell, and Ashton Miller all did no tires and just fuel. All the other drivers did 4 tires. Ortega just barely getting out in front of Cameron Chandler to be the leader on the 4 tire strategy.
That will make things interesting. We'll come to the choose this time. Inside McKinney, outside Asbell. Choose back here. And inside, outside. 2 inside here, 1 outside, 1 inside, 1 outside. Organized throughout the field. Yeah, first caution flag of the night. Actually, Matt Grab is rolling off. That thing, oh, it's damaged. That thing is really damaged. All right, never mind.
Yeah, the wheel is pointed very hard to the left, so Matt Grab's got some damage that he still needs to get fixed, but we'll see if he can keep up with the field and not go a lap down.
This is the first caution flag of the night. And these are 2, only in the first 23 laps, 2 huge points implications. Your points leader, Matthew White, DNFs early in the race. And then you got a driver that's -7, Matt Grab, battling for his life in the playoff cut line. He's going to be still in the lead lap, but he is outside of any point situation.
Actually, drivers don't spin their tires here on this restart.
Here we go, coming to the restart in Nashville. First restart of the night. Gonna be lap 24 at the Nashville Superspeedway. We're back to the green.
Mason Lindsay, big stack up. Mason Lindsay makes it 3 wide.
There's Hunsaker on the bottom, around Ashton Miller.
Oh,
fresh
Ashton
tires.
Miller.
Oh, Hilkwich way up the racetrack here. They're making contact. Hilkwich trying to
4
save the
wide.
wrecking.
Oh, McKinney's
Crash the back.
Still 1.
Caution.
5 wide, 6 wide.
And the wrecking again.
Car.
There's Giesbrecht around, so is Connor Havrilla. That was just way too aggressive a restart. I don't understand what that was all about.
Looked like the cars that took no tires just got swarmed on that restart. And if this is a sign for later, 4 tires every pit stop.
So it all starts with Wilkins. There is McKinney. Oh yeah, he turns the 12 of Wilkin. I don't understand what he was doing there. And then they just wreck ahead of them again. Havrilla leading Giesbrecht. Second caution flag of the night.
Looks
Still
like
green. We're still green, boys.
We're still green? Are you serious?
We're still green.
What is
Yeah, we're still
iRacing
green.
doing? Okay. iRacing is pathetic. Honestly, this is just... They should have thrown the caution there. I don't understand what that was.
I thought the caution won though.
Yeah, it said caution out on my ticker. Or apparently we're still green. Don't understand what iRacing's doing. I really don't. We have auto cautions on. That should have been a caution.
Man, I gained
Yeah,
like
there
8
were
positions
three-
there. I'm
three
a
cars
happy
for
guy.
So we're trying to break this all down. iRacing just completely messing up and not throwing the yellow. Obviously too late now, because we all thought the caution was out. Such a weird issue. Coming to lap 28, your leader is Cameron Chandler. Second now, Hunsaker. Third, Ortega. Fourth, Benton. Fifth, Wilkin. And let's look at the cars behind here. You got Jamie McKinney running kind of slow. There's Haverly's up to speed again. There's Matt Grab. They're up
Phil
there.
and McKinney, with damage, are very much in jeopardy of going a lap down here if this is a long run to the stage break. So those 2 are praying for a caution so they don't go a lap down. Oh, crash! The 87 on the front straightaway. Multiple cars through the grass.
Caution. Okay. Okay, we literally, okay, I'm actually mad now. I made sure auto cautions were on about 3 times. I checked, and they're not. Wow. There is the 87 wrecking. Caution out, second time.
And drivers are absolutely furious with Ethan Trendler for not having auto cautions on. Yeah, a lot of drivers not happy right now.
Yeah, well, they can blame iRacing. It is not my fault. All right. It's not. I literally checked about 3 times before the race tonight. It said auto cautions on. I had it clicked on. I remember. And they're not. I don't know how they're not. This is a joke.
Multiple cars on pit road repairing damage. Avrilla exiting the pits. McKinney, Ortiz, Gisbright, Tomlin, all on pit road repairing damage.
With this yellow, everybody should make it to the end on fuel. Come to the shoes.
Chandler outside, actually. Choose to stand by, so... Yeah. So, back live here once again. Coming to the restart on lap 33. And iRacing will even let us give her admins. Admin now. So, wow. Alright.
Oh, big stack up on the restart. No push good shuffling out of the line. 3 wide already.
Back into 1 and 2 they will go. Chandler clearing Ortega. There's the 77 Hunsicker. Side by side with Trent and Wilkin down this back stretch.
Contact with Lawson and Stacy going into turn 3.
There's Lindsay going to send it down deep as well. The 52 Joseph Tucker trying to make it 3 wide on
Pfeiffer in the wall. side by side for second. Now, Ortega and Hunsicker. Cameron Chandler looks in his mirror and starts to pull away. This is good for him. Ortega will clear for second versus Hunsicker, and now Payson Lindsay looking on the outside, or that's Trent Wilkin looking on the outside of him. Hunsicker falling back. That was Wilkin and Benton all past him. Now Andrew Stacy looking for the move. Well, that's Joseph Tucker looking for the move.
Yeah, Chandler pulling out 3/10 on that 28. As they head back into 3 and 4 and down the front stretch yet again. It was Piper had a bit of a moment.
In the wall. That's the 11 car, Diego Rodriguez. Mostly single file up front, but there's definitely no shortage of side-by-side. 3 wide in the wall. Cross the stripe.
Rodriguez again.
Rodriguez, CJ Erdman, Ashton Miller, McKinney into the back of Rodriguez. It's still 3 wide now.
Snaps. Oh, cars
sideways.
getting loose. McKinney and Clarino, they both save it here on lap 37. Fall back in line, there's John Butler come to the outside as well. Yes, Cole, can you just set it to drivers?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I have it in.
Okay. Side by side here is the 9 events to the outside of Alexander Ortega.
Oh,
Payson Lindsay and
contact.
Asbel. Big contact. Asbel will save it as well as Payson Lindsay, but will lose spots. The 52 of Tucker.
Tucker around the outside of Payson Lindsay. There's Andrew Stacy as well. Side by side with Braden Hunsicker down this backstretch. And Stacy gonna get clear. How about Andrew Stacy? What a run he's having early on here in Nashville, up to 5th place.
Big for him, 6 points below the cut line.
Coming out.
Connor Asbel really sending it in on Payson Lindsay, gets the move done, but he was sideways through 1 and 2, and now he'll look forward to Braden Hunsicker looking on a move from Joseph Tucker. That's the battle for 6 and 7, as Asbel right behind him.
Here is the 9 of Benson. Car up the racetrack. I believe that was Connor Asbel ever so slightly. Got a car on the wall. That's the 71 of Clausen. Now side by side with Ashton Miller. That is for 12th or 11th. It's obviously coming to lap 42 this time. Obviously apologize for iRacing's issues with not activating auto cautions when I clearly remember pressing the button to, you know, put on automatic cautions. It's my main goal in making that lobby. Obviously, apologize for iRacing BS, and I have to just make do it for the rest of this race. We're coming under the lights here in Nashville. Side by side now, Braden.
Side by side for 6 with Hunsicker and Tucker. Connor Asbel looking for way past both of them.
Whoa.
He'll have a run. Oh,
He's
in the
the wall.
wall! Wilkin and Asbel.
4 cars on the wall back there as well. Also, never so slightly got it. Now Wilkin may be falling back. He's currently 5th. Andrew Stacy up to 4th. What a run he's having.
Matthew White back
needed
on
run
track,
for-
28 laps down.
And White
That
is
will be interesting to see if Cameron Chandler has something happen to him.
Chandler, your current leader here at Nashville. Now Hunsicker on the bumper of Wilkin, gonna send it to the inside. That is for 5th place. We got Joseph Tucker coming around the outside lane. There's Connor Asbel involved as well.
Connor Asbell saying over the radio he wishes there was a horn on this thing because he's been stuck behind the side-by-side of Hunsaker and
Three
Tucker
wide.
as he'll look 3 wide on Durham both. And
Oh!
he'll slide up into the side of Hunsaker. Still 3 wide.
Almost
Down
making
the front
contact.
straightaway.
Yeah, down the front straightaway they go. Almost still 3 wide. We got cars coming with runs behind him. That's Ashton Miller, the 01 and McKinney. Big send by Connor Asbell once again.
Great recovery by Jamie McKinney after spinning around and getting damaged to be back up here fighting inside the top 10 right now in 9th position. Good recovery for him.
I believe he's back on the track. He is 7 laps down.
Jamie McKinney actually has the freshest tires out of all these people because Jamie McKinney pit after our last caution when everyone else pit 2 cautions ago. So, like, about 10 lap pressure tires as the contact with Hunsaker and Asbell, but Jamie McKinney will look to pass them both here with his tire advantage.
And Cameron Chandler is about a 2.5 lead over Alexander Ortega. Bryce Benson currently running in 3rd. And there is the 52 of Tucker. Now really sliding up the racetrack here in front of Connor Asbell. Gets him tight. Oh, McKinney made a bit of contact.
Ashton Miller looking to the outside of Jamie McKinney now as well.
There is Miller in that 79. Side by side with the 01 and McKinney's to the outside and he's clearing him. 3 wide. What a run by Ashton Miller.
Asbell is sideways.
He
will save it.
Maybe? Yes, I think. Oh, but they make contact again. They don't save it once again. But Asbell gonna drop back through the field.
That's lots of spots lost for the 72 Asbell. Now side by side with Piper.
Oh, Brandon Piper,
a
he's
little
up the racetrack.
contact.
Now Asbell's
Oh,
gonna
and
run
Rodriguez
on Lindsay.
checks up.
Oh no, Hillwich
So
gets
quick.
blocked. What a race! They are. Am I seeing this right? 3 wide? No, maybe.
Contact with Hillquist and Asbell again. The rough lap for Asbell losing multiple spots there. They'll have to regroup and get those spots back. He's side by side with Hillquist. Florino with the run behind him, looking for a move.
And Ortega is starting to run down Cameron Chandler, your leader. Almost 3 wide further back. There's John Butler on the inside lane. Here is Hillquist and then 81. Side by side with Jake Florino.
Connor Asbell is cleared. Hillquist, he'll just have to regroup now and get those positions back that he lost.
He's Red's in the pits. He's currently 3 laps down. I'm not sure what happened to him. I don't know how Matt Grab is still on the lead lap right now. Currently in 22nd.
Perseverance from that 53 car.
mean,
That
yeah.
car is definitely not fun to drive, looking at the skew of it and how the wheel is facing. So just Matt Grab on the points bubble, needing those points. So he needs to stay out there and needs a good day as they're side by side for the lead now. Ortega and Cameron Chandler.
As Matt grabs in the grass.
Oh. There he is. He's back on the track. 25 laps to go to the halfway break. Cameron Chandler trying to hold on, but Alexander Ortega absolutely hounding him.
These two have really broken out a gap over Bryce Bain and the rest of the field as McKinney hits the wall. But Ortega and Chandler work together a little bit to break away. Now Ortega looking for a move to win this stage. He's already won. He won his first ever Cup Series race in Chicagoland not long ago. He's looking to go 2 for 2 in his Cup Series starts, the Xfinity regular.
Silver for his first ever Xfinity win now, which is kind of funny. He's coming outside. He's going to get momentum. Oh, Chandler got a little bit loose. These two, of course, battling for the stage win. Outside, now inside for Ortega. Side by side down the front straightaway. Chandler not giving up. He's back to the outside, but he's going to have to give up now. Ortega clears him. Maybe a crossover if he can get there for Cameron Chandler. Trying to work down low.
Ortega parked it on the bottom, so Chandler could not over under, and that will keep Ortega clear for the lead. Chandler will look high, no, he'll fall in line. Ortega now controls this race.
Ortega now a little bit loose. Chandler could have a bit of a
Hunsaker's
rebound.
in the wall. Ashton Miller under him now.
Oh, Hunsaker!
Contact, Hunsaker's in the wall.
Brandon Hunsicker hits the wall, not as hard as his teammate Matthew White, but still pretty big contact as Wilkin up the racetrack. Hunsicker back around the outside lane. Stay green.
And Andrew Stacy is battling for third place with Bryce Benton. A fantastic day for that 96 car.
Man, Andrew Stacy, what a run. What's good speed in that 96 machine for tonight for him. He'll actually fall back to fourth, but he is still inside the top 5 for like the first time this season, I feel like.
Chandler still right on the bumper of Alexander Ortega now for the lead. Looking for a move. He had a peek at him on the front straightaway, but sat in line. Still a big gap to the third place Bryce Benton.
These two, of course, have pulled away about 1.5 seconds between Chandler and Benton.
Oh, Benton's in the wall. That's going to send him right back into the clutches of Andrew Stacy, who's going to get under him and clear him for third.
There's Miller as well to the bottom of the racetrack. Maybe 3 wide. Oh, big sense for Stacy. Ashton Miller trying to squeeze his nose down, and Andrew Stacy's kind of in a dangerous position to be racing here when he's so far below the playoff cut line and in a really good spot to score points. 3 wide down the front straightaway.
Miller's going to run him up the racetrack now, looking for a move. He's going to get back under Bryce Benton, still 3 wide for third place here.
McKinney, Hunsicker, they're trying to find somewhere to go as well.
Hunsicker's regrouped after hitting the wall.
Look at
He's going to look
Stacy.
for the move.
Oh, Stacy slid up the racetrack. And now they're 3 wide. McKinney, Benton, and Stacy down the back straightaway. Big send for Jamie McKinney on the bottom of the racetrack.
McKinney and Benton a little contact. Hunsicker's going to look for the crossover, can't get it.
Oh, contact!
McKinney through the grass as he makes contact with Stacy.
I think he's going to maybe, yes, he will save it. Stay green. Matthew White, there he is, of course, back on the track. Still has a little bit of damage, obviously 31 laps down out of this thing, for sure. Trenton Wilkin trying to be involved. How about Diego Rodriguez up to 7th? What a run by the 11.
And with all this fighting, Cameron Chandler and Alexander would take a 2.5 second gap over Ashton Miller in third, who has pulled away from fourth place, Andrew Stacy as well.
I mean, it's just been an absolute mess. You got Justin Tucker involved as well. Trenton Wilkin to the outside, all battling for stage points. Oh!
Rodriguez. Diego Rodriguez.
Now Rodriguez slow. McKinney's going to get around him through 3 wide again. We've seen so many 3 wide moves here so far in Nashville.
McKinney's regrouped after that incident with Andrew Stacy going through the grass. Now he has to get back to fourth place where he was.
Matthew White, of course, that what is now a lap car. Usually not used to saying that in this battle. Single file back into 1 and 2. 15 laps to go to the halfway break.
Matthew White, very much like Matt Grab, just staying out there to get as many points as possible. Matthew White staying out there to get points to hold on to his championship lead. Matt Grab staying out there to get points to try and make the playoffs. Two very different situations, but still trying to get the same thing, points.
Oh, in the wall,
Oh,
Brandon Hunsicker. Yeah, that's good damage for the 77. Highline Motorsports has been an abysmal day after winning the pole and having both those cars start in the top 5. White now 31 laps down, and Brandon Hunsicker hit the wall a couple times, has halves damage as he falls back to 8th place.
All this mess has let
Ashton
Miller and Andrew Stacy were part of this racing at first, but both of them got ahead and they just keep fighting.
Oh, look at this contact. Wilkin and Benton bang doors as they're going to head down the front straightaway yet again.
McKinney looks bottom, 3 wide on Justin Tucker, can't do it. All of these guys are just stacked up.
And they make contact. Oh. Tucker gets slammed there by the 01. Down the back straightaways. Yeah, they're side by side, basically 3 lane speed. Matthew White involved as well.
This is the battle for stage points. This is 5th to 10th place Diego Rodriguez. All of these guys trying to get as many stage points as they possibly can.
Oh, Benton up the racetrack. Hunsicker is loose. He will save it, but that gives him even more damage, and he'll lose more spots. So does Benton.
Benton has lost so many spots from running his third just behind Chandler and Ortega, and now down to 10th place and down to just 1 playoff point. And now Sean Hillquist and Connor Aswell pounce on him trying to take him out of those playoff points. A horrible second half of the stage for Bryce Benton.
Coming outside, there's Matthew White again. Hunsicker battling with that 11 of Rodriguez, I should say. That is for 8th place. Now Wilkins side by side with his teammate, Joseph Tucker, who will clear for 5th. This is still an absolute mess, back into 1 and 2. Down to the back straightaway they go yet again in Nashville. And 11 to go to the halfway break this time by. Chandler up front has really not let Ortega go. Still about 0.3 of a second to gap. As they will head back into 1 and 2, there is the 0-1 and McKinney to the inside. There's that 11. Rolling down the back straightaway yet again. Now, Matt Grab got, he's manager Stacy, of course. Matt Grab a lap down.
Joseph Tucker now has broken away from this battle, just like Ashton Miller and Andrew Stacy now in 5th place as they continue to battle for the last stage points in the bottom half of the top 10. And man, it's been a aggressive battle. I'm surprised we haven't had a bigger crash than we have, with McKinney going through the grass and Hunsicker hitting the wall a few times, but still Hayden in the top 10 for Hunsicker and 9, just looking to score a few stage points for that 77.
Of course, Braden started on pole, falling back, but of course the driver he's battling with 3rd place in the standings. Luckily for him, Bryce Benton is 13th point situation. Got a car slow, that's the 087.
Middle 3 wide now. Matthew White on the top of lap car with Trenton Wilkin and Diego Rodriguez.
Oh, contact!
Contact!
Can they all save it? Contact between the 81 and the 12 as well. They all save it again. Side by side now, Hunsicker and Hillquish. Battle
now
for
side by side for the last stage point. That's Connor Asbell and Diego Rodriguez. Asbell clears for 10th and that last stage point.
And these are all drivers that are somewhere near the cut line, like Asbell, Hillquish, maybe another one. As they head on to the back stretch yet again, Alexander Ortega still leading here in Nashville. Hunsicker is clear on Connor Asbell now. Here comes Rodriguez. Rodriguez has a pole position to his credit. That was at the Daytona 500 back in season 3. Now, Matt Grabby is slow down the front straightaway. He's completely tracking the wrong direction. This has just not been a season for Matt Grabby to remember so far.
Matt Grabby is trying to hold on to that free pass so he can get back on the lead lap and hope for a bunch of cautions on this restart so he can get as much damage as he can fixed and maybe have a chance at some points at the end of the day. He's obviously not going to get any at the stage, but the top 17 pay out points, so he's just going to have to hope he gets them.
Here we go, side by side between Braden Hunsicker and Diego Rodriguez. Connor Asbell back there as well.
Battle for 9th and 10th now. Who's going to get more playoff points? It's now Clorino looks on Connor Asbell for 11th. All of these guys wanted stage points. Who's going to get them? They need to catch up to Rodriguez and Hunsicker, though, if they do want a single stage point. Hunsicker in the wall again. That's the 3rd time he's in the turn 4 wall. Or he could definitely have right front damage.
Side by side, still for this position. It has not been good for Braden Hunsicker as of late. Losing so many positions. Still door to door, only about 5 laps to go to the halfway break. Braden Hunsicker just trying to hold on to any points he can get in this stage.
Another driver that's dropped really far back, Bryce Benton. He is down all the way to 14th, side by side, almost down to 15th, but he's side by side with John Butler, losing the position. Now 15th for Bryce Benton, running in 3rd place earlier in the stage, and he's just falling like a rock in the second half of the stage. Awful second half for him. He's gonna have to regroup at the stage break and make a run back in the top 10.
Of course, that's where Bryce finished last week at Iowa, 15th. Second place, Cameron Chandler, and your leader, Alexander Ortega, with 3 laps to go to the halfway break. And this is going to be massive for Cameron Chandler. Even just finishing second, he'll gain 9 points on Matthew White just like that. I said it earlier, Cameron Chandler has to have a good day. Matthew White has to have issues for something big to happen up there, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Battle for the final stage points side by side with 3 to go between Asbel and Hunsicker. 2 Cup Series winners this season as they nearly make contact. Where will Jacob Clarino go? Pushing Asbel. Ooh, big send by that 33 on the bottom. Almost cuts off Hunsicker as now Connor Asbel is clear for 10th place. Hunsicker, your pole sitter, back to 11th. Here is Bryce Benson for 14th on John Butler. One to go to the halfway break in Nashville. Oh, we got a car.
Drew Stacy's around hard. Whoa, the great day for the 96 is over as the engine is blown.
What has happened? Caution obviously at that on the stage early. Andrew Stacy in the wall hard. Stage order: Ortega, Chandler, Miller, Tucker, Hilkwich, McKinney, Wilkin, Rodriguez, Asbel, and Braden. Hunsicker. Andrew Stacy, what even happened? Let's take a look. He's on the bottom of Joseph Tucker. He's getting caught. Oh, he just slides. Oh, and then gets right hooked by McKinney. I don't think that was intentional or anything. Definitely just a racing incident. But my goodness, let's ride along with Jamie McKinney. Obviously, everybody avoids him, and the caution came out.
It just looked like McKinney kind of got stuck in the rear bumper of Andrew Stacy and just kind of hooked him. Nothing the 96 and Stacy could have done there. Just really unfortunate. Needed those points, and unfortunately, just great day in the top 5, and it comes to an end with him head on in the barrier and a blown engine.
Yeah, that's with 1 to go to the stage, too. He's about to get maybe 7 or so stage points, even if he loses spots there. That is just so unfortunate as the leaders are pitting.
That was the battle for 4th place right there. He was side by side for 4th with Joseph Tucker. So unfortunate for Stacy, who needed those points.
This obviously will be the stage.
Matt Crabb will get the free pass and stay on the lead lap. Hopefully get some damage repaired for the 53 car.
4 fresh Goodyear tires for the leaders. Under the halfway break in Nashville. Off to pit road for it going to be Ortega. 2nd, it'll be Chandler. 3rd, Ashton Miller. 4th, Hilkwich. What a great stop by him. 5th, going to be Tucker. How about Diego Rodriguez up to 6th as they roll off behind him? Hunsicker, he is repairing damage. This has been, after they won the pole, an abysmal day for Highline Motorsports, to say the least. Roll off behind him. There's Matthew White. He's leading the pack currently.
30 laps down for that 7 car though, so it's going to be a struggle to get some of those laps back. But he'll probably get a spot with Andrew Stacy having a blown engine. But I don't know if it'll be enough to get him into the points. And obviously he doesn't have a 0x.
We'll be right back coming to the shoes.
As we're choosing update on points, after stage 1, the 52 now has a 1-point lead over Connor in the 50 car now on the playoff cut line.
Tennessee, if Connor Asbel can crawl up the pack, as he is he can see that 52 car in front of him, just a row in front of him. I don't think he knows about the points updated unless he's watching the stream, but we'll see if he can get to that 52 car and maybe pass him for that last playoff spot. He has a win this season at Auto Club, but other than that, it's been a terrible season for the 72 car.
Going to be a restart here. Ortega Chandler leading the field to the green on lap 79 in Nashville under the halfway break, ready to finish it up. Here we go. Over halfway at Nashville Superspeed. race car back down to pit road, side by side. Coming back to the Geico restart, not even the Geico restart zone anymore. It's the EchoPark Automotive restart zone, and we are back underway in Nashville. Great restart for the inside lane. Ortega side by side now behind him with Cameron Chandler and Sean Hillquich as they head back on 1 and 2. Hillquich just trying to squeeze his nose down there. What a run for the 81 as they oak cars on the wall a little bit.
CJ Erdman, big
Cole Clausen in the wreck.
Big crash, caution will slide. Multiple cars, Ortiz involved. CJ Erdman with damage. Matthew White's in it again. Clausen.
Cole Clausen, he has damage. Caution out. And just after the halfway break in Nashville, let's take a look at what happened to Matthew White.
Matthew White avoided it. Looked like CJ Erdman and Carlos Ortiz.
Oh yeah, Erdman had that first moment, hit the wall in front of Clausen and Haverhill, and then Clausen got into Ortiz, and then he'll spin on the back straightaway. There's Ortiz as well. Let's ride along with the 29. See what happened from his angle. Yeah, I don't know. CJ Erdman just obviously got loose and hit the wall. Checked up everybody behind him, and they all just kind of came together after that. Right along with Erdman in the 94. See where that looseness started.
Oh, Tata with the 90.
Then he got loose. Oh yeah, he was chasing the car that entire corner. Then they go behind him. Oh! Out of nowhere comes Richard Cherry to just destroy him. And we have some cars coming.
Braden Hunsicker barely avoiding getting clipped by Cole Clausen. That could have put an even more sour spot on his day. He barely avoids getting clipped and sends head on also. 77 will fight another day. He's down at 15 for Colson. Still on pit road repairing damage though.
We're over halfway in Nashville. We have one car officially out of the race. I believe it's Andrew Stacy. Or actually, technically no cars disconnected, but I believe Andrew Stacy out of the race and Logan Giesbrett. I believe he's also out of the race. No official DNFs so far, but pretty much you can kind of guess.
To the choose cone, Alexander Ortega still the leader over Cameron Chandler and Sean Hillquich into the top 3.
We'll see. Take a low, Chandler high, Hillquich gonna go low, Tucker low. 4 cars go low back there. That'll give row number 2 to Connor Aswell. That is just how big of an effect the choose cone can put in these races.
Diego Rodriguez will gain some spots again, going to the top as well.
All right. Here we go. We're restarting on lap 83. Well over halfway in Nashville. Got 4 caution flags so far tonight. There is Matt Grab. I think Matt Grab has kind of mostly repaired these 2 caution flags for the stage and then that crash. Really helping. The back end still skewed a decent amount, but definitely a lot better than it was.
Looks like a little bit of wheel damage, but definitely better than it was. And Matt Grab on the lead lap, still with a fighting chance. He's right behind Braden Hunsicker, 19th. As they come to turn 3, ready for the restart.
An interesting night, obviously. Started out with iRacing glitches, not activating auto cautions for some reason. As we'll come to the green flag this time on lap 83 in Nashville. Back underway. Good restart once again for both the 28 of Ortega and Sean Hillquich. Hillquich maybe gonna clear. Yes, he is for second on Chandler. Tucker trying to find his nose down in there. 2 easy Chandler racing cars. Remember, they won the last 3 Cup Series points races, not even including the All-Star race. We got cars on the back straight. We're going 3 wide. Hillquich, there's Eli Tom, and he's loose. There's Trent Wilkin, who somehow finds his way back there. All the way back to 15. Oh, one car got
wide
loose.
down the front straightaway. Side by
It is-
side.
Yeah, it's been an absolute mess back here as cars go up the racetrack. There's Piper side by side trying to get there with.
Loose with Sean Hillquich. Contact. As now they're 3 wide for third. Miller looks under Tucker and thinks better of it.
There is Tucker to the bottom of Chandler. Here we go, side by side for third place.
Cameron Chandler almost run around off the front bumper of that 81 off of turn 2 though.
Cameron Chandler, even if just a top 5 result, will be huge points again on Matthew White. Doesn't want to miss anything for that up tonight. Big blink there for Chandler as they head down the back straightaway. Tucker going to get clear
Hillquich
for
now, new face in Ortega's mirror. On Hillquich, he'll look to see if he can be the one to take the lead from that 28 car who's been dominant with Cameron Chandler tonight.
Oh, in the wall, slightly Joseph Tucker. Here's Ashton Miller trying to battle with Tucker in that 52. Connor Aswell coming to the outside lane as well. Ooh, big run here. To the outside, he gets blocked to the wall, I believe. If I saw that right, Cameron Chandler on the 52 of Tucker. Ooh, to the inside goes Ashton Miller, and here's Chandler trying to work to the inside of Sean Hillquich.
Chandler regrouped nicely after this moment. There's 3 wide further back on the front straightaway, but Chandler, well, look clear for second and challenge Ortega once again for the lead. They're about even as they go down the back straightaway. Hillquich might clear back into turn 3.
He's coming outside yet again. Where is Joseph Tucker back there going to make his move? Still, though, side by side, heading on the front stretch. Tucker around the outside of Chandler. Clearing is Hillquich. Hillquich got a good run off turn number 4, and he's on the bump of your leaders. Oh, sliding up the racetrack to that 81, and here comes Tucker, looking to clear Cameron Chandler. Here we go. How about Connor Aswell breaking inside the top 5 for the first time tonight? He really wanted a night like today. If he finishes well, he would be a very happy driver. Wide back here. John Cutler running outside the top 10 all day long. And here we go for the race lead, possibly. Ortega had the 81 of Hillquich to his nose. Side by side now is Ashton Miller. He's falling back through the field back to 8th. Payson Lindsay to the outside for 7th. Lewis Benton gonna block his teammate. Lindsay, big send, almost making contact with the 9.
Like Eli said earlier with the points update at this stage, Connor Asbell was just short of Joseph Tucker in the playoff standings on the bubble. And now Asbell in the top 5 as Joseph Tucker in the top 3. Now Asbell has to get past Cameron Chandler and he'll be right behind his championship rival as they race more than just this race but for a chance to make it into the playoff.
And here we go for the race lead. How about Sean Hillquich around the outside, coming to 60 laps to go this time by for the lead on Ortega. He'll lead that lap. And he is clear with Joseph Tucker around the outside. New leader, Sean Hillquich.
Chandler
Tucker
will also try and follow the 2 ETR cars, try and get past Ortega into 3rd place. Will Tucker look for a move on his teammate? Chandler clears. Chandler looks for a move.
What a
Big
block! Chandler might
Side
not
by
appreciate
side for the
that,
lead.
but Chandler did door slam Tucker into the wall before, maybe a bit of payback as they head side by side down this front straightaway. Chandler will see how much he appreciates that. He'll come to the outside, door to door between ETR cars. They're looking for their 4th straight Cup Series win.
Ortega just like that. 1 lap, he was leading the next lap. He's down in 4th, and now Asbell looks for him on 5th.
3
Chandler
wide!
looked 3 wide.
On the car getting loose. Bryce Benton. Same thing with Payson Lindsay. He's up the racetrack.
Payson Lindsay, Ashton Miller all get really loose off of turn 4. Chandler now on the bumper of Tucker.
For 2nd place. Oh, Chandler loose. And I don't even know if they're good to the end on fuel. I believe they might be. How is it looking, Cole Clausen?
We got 52 laps of fuel left.
Ooh, it's close. We have about maybe 58 to go. this is going to be close. Who is going to be able to save enough, if anyone? They're running pretty hard, so I have to imagine they're all thinking the pit.
How they're racing, I think everyone's banking on a caution.
Oh! Chandler on the bumper of Tucker as they head down the back straightaway.
Mostly single file here, but they're very tightly packed together. Side by side is Benton and Asville now at the back half of the top 5. That's the battle for 5th.
They send Connor Asville to the inside. Having a really solid day. He's been inside the top 10 pretty much all night long. Got a stage point or 2. Now battling with the 9, but Ashton Miller trying to battle up here inside the top 10 as well. There's the 99 of Lindsay.
So everyone in this back half of the top 10 jockeying for position, trying to get in the best position so they can make up those positions and save their tires, which I don't think anyone is doing right now. As Connor blocks Asbel, his Showtime Motorsports teammate, to the apron. Going into turn 1 as he's side by side with Lindsay.
Door to door down this back stretch yet again. Outside is the 99 of Lindsay trying to clear him. And he is clear. Pace and Lindsay up to 6th. Pace and Lindsay finished top 10 in the Cup race in Iowa last week. Looking for back-to-back Cup Series top 10 to try to get closer to that playoff cut line. Tucker and Hilquich, Ethan Trendler Racing cars running 1 and 2. They somehow always, no matter who it is it maybe Trent Wilkin, Dylan Banks, Jacob Malone, now these two, Ethan Trendler Racing in these last 5 or so races always finds their way to the front at some point in these races. And they are looking for their 4th straight Cup Series win, which is a feat I don't know has been ever achieved by a race team. Chandler trying to squeeze his nose down in there on Joseph Tucker for 2nd. Almost ever so slightly just trying to get there. Tucker, though, takes his line away. Oh, he's going to make him contact with him. They both slide up the racetrack. Here comes Ortega. Chandler going to be to the inside. Tucker not happy with that. He's going to door slam him. Tucker is not pleased. Chandler said, if you're going to block me like that, I'm going to move you out of the way.
And this is exactly what Sean Hilford wants to do in this video. He just can put the pedal to the metal, get away from this pack, and if whoever it ends up to be cycled out to 2nd place, they're going to have to run him down and make the pass on him if he needs to continue to fight and more and more time as there's more contact.
They're still door-to-door down this front straightaway, and they're banging doors again! Side by side, here comes Ortega, 3 wide! What a send to come into lap 100. Ortega on the bottom, Chandler there as well, Benton involved, more contact being made by Ortega and Chandler, and they door slam with the 52 of Tucker and the 8 of Chandler. There's still 3 wide down the back straightaway into 3 and 4.
Ortega looks to clear them both, and he will.
Alexander
through from the 28.
Alexander Ortega to 2nd. And they're still side by side for 3rd place. These two are furious with each other. Oh, car loose.
Benton.
In the wall.
He had contact with Pace and Lindsay, who's also in the
again.
wall.
Again, these two get together. They're teammates. Tucker is clear on Chandler. Oh, Chandler not giving up. He's back to his bumper. These two are not happy with each other. It's probably the most aggressive I think I've ever seen Cameron Chandler race. He's he's door slamming him, bumper slamming him again, and he's to the inside, just bumping, running him like it's Martinsville. They're still side by side.
Down the back straightaway, they door bang each other. These two are gonna crash each other any second now.
Here comes Asbel. Oh, and he almost hit it. Oh, Asbel bumps him.
Cameron Chandler's not gonna be happy. He's in the wall almost.
Oh, they almost. Then there goes Chandler around.
Contact.
That's a 72.
Caution.
Oh, Cameron Chandler gets slipped. Trent Wilkins in the air. Cameron Chandler gets intentionally turned down the straightaway. and he's got to be fuming. His championship hopes, his regular season championship hopes could be finished with that.
I think, yeah, that
was intentional. 100% intentional. Asbo involved. Trent Wilkin destroyed in the air.
Man, that's
for
so
that
unfortunate for the
12 car.
My goodness, I don't understand those two. That's pretty.
The 52
pathetic
should
by
be
the both of
parked
them.
for that.
Okay, sure. Anyways, I mean, he wasn't the one that was door slamming. I mean, or just completely running through him, or whatever. They was riding along with Wilkin. I mean, Chandler had something coming.
Nothing the 12 car could have done.
I don't know if it was that much, but Chandler definitely had something coming. I mean, that was just, I'm gonna be honest here, that was pretty pathetic by the both of them. Shouldn't have that kind of racing at the highest level in the Cup Series. And Cameron Chandler, he is destroyed.
They are continuing to argue over the radio. Cameron Chandler not happy. Tucker not happy. And, oh, wow, just chaos here at Nashville. Everyone now pulls to pit road to fuel up the car. This should make them to the end now.
That's probably the 8th race because he has required repairs.
Probably 4 fresh Goodyear tires for everybody here. Who's going to roll off the pits first? It's going to be Sean Hillquist, I believe. He'll beat the 28 of Ortega's. Third's going to be Tucker. 4th, Benton. 5th, Asbel. 6th, McKinney. 7th, Lindsay. 8th, Miller. 9th, Clarino. And 10th, Braden Hunsicker. That went on for about 10 laps straight. It started off maybe like a little bit of a block by the 52 on the 8 of Chandler, and then it ended up on that.
Connor Asbel was very lucky he didn't get more damage. He got nicked by Cameron Chandler, almost turned around, but he will hang on and stay in the top 5. Great point stay. That was much needed for the 72, and now he'll be right behind the 52, his championship rival right now. And if the 52 intentionally right hooking, he could be having a points penalty coming to him. So this is exactly what Connor Asbel needs to do right now.
Coming to the choose.
Sean Hillquist, he'll choose the top over Alexander Ortega. Joseph Tucker lines up in 3rd, and Connor Asbel moves up a row into the 2nd row, side by side with the championship rival in 4th. Benton back into the top 5 after a terrible end to the a terrible end to the first stage.
All right, here we go.
Pressure top 10, McKinney, Hunsicker, Lindsay, Ortiz back into the top 10, and Ashton Miller as they come off of turn 4, ready to go back green.
Here we go. It's Hillquist Ortega on the front row. Hillquist getting just bumped by his teammate Tucker. Back to green in Nashville on lap 107. 44 laps remaining. Good restart by that 81 machine.
Braden Hunsicker immediately sends it 3 wide.
Hillquist trying to clear the 28 of Ortega. He is clear. Ortega at a 2nd or 3 wide. Down the back straightaway. Big send by the 77 of Braden Hunsicker. On the 9 of Benton. Chandler has gone 2 laps down, and he's currently in a position to score no points. 3 wide once again down this front stretch at Nashville. As they head back into 1 and 2. Oh, up the racetrack, contact between Benton and Connor Asbel. Hunsicker.
The top 3 pull away now as the rest of the top 5 from 4th on back scrap position. The three up front stay single file. As now they want Ortega looks for the lead. side by side with Hillquich down the front straightaway. Tucker, the ETR teammate, will go to help, but Ortega is fully alongside of him.
Hillquich back around the outside. Where is Joseph Tucker going to go? Well, he tried to... Oh, is getting in the wall is the 801 Hillquich. He tried to block. Can't go down low on the 28 of Ortega. Still side by side for the race lead. Hopefully this doesn't turn into something like Tucker and Chandler. Got those two.
Waiting to see what happens. He's gonna go and help his ETR teammate once again. Ortega just trying to do anything to clear that 81, but it's so hard because the 81 gets a good exit. As now this battle for the lead has brought the pack back into the top 3. Benton in 4th place, looking on Joseph Tucker. McKinney behind him.
3 wide for the
back.
back. And they're still side by side for the race lead. Tucker, will he split him 3 wide? I don't think he will. He's going to push his teammate down the front straightaway and clear him. Oh, not clear just yet. Ortega looking back inside on Hillquich. Of course, tonight, 2 your championship rivals in position to score 0 race points. What a day.
Big
overall.
spend on Bryce Benton for 4th place. He looks to get by him, and Joseph Tucker.
39 laps to
clear
go.
again.
39 to go, side by side, still for the race lead. Outside, here he comes, they make contact! Hillquich lost a bit of momentum, but Ortega lost more. Here comes the 52 of Tucker.
2 spots there to Benton and Tucker.
Yeah, Benton trying to clear for 3rd place. He's side by side with Ortega. Ooh, Ortega trying to block Lindsay. Mason Lindsay trying to squeeze his nose
Have a
down.
good relationship, and Pace and Lindsay's that's not gonna improve it with that block Ortega threw on him.
Here comes
Cameron
Chandler.
Chandler's back on the track. This could be fireworks with the guy in 2nd place being the one he is not pleased with.
I would be careful here if I was Cameron. I wouldn't intentionally wreck him, because that would obviously also be a penalty for him. I would maybe rough him up a bit.
Side by side with them.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
What's
I
he
don't
gonna
think I would.
do?
I don't think I would attempt the turn if I was Cameron.
Cameron Chandler's a very smart driver. I don't think he's gonna wreck him. We might see some door banging though down this back straightaway.
I mean, what are the odds? They come out just like this. Actually, Chandler probably did that on purpose. This is helping Sean Hillquich. Now, Tucker trying to hold off Cameron Chandler. Bryce Benton now is gonna run.
Oh, Ortiz really sideways. I think Cameron Chandler's goal right here is just to hold him up, but this does not help. Like, he's still gonna give Joseph Tucker, his teammate, a big lead now. As Ortega has lost a ton of spots. He's down to 8th place.
What has happened to the driver of the 28? He is falling back through the field. Now, here we go. Chandler trying to pass Hillquich for the lead. Or that's not the lead, obviously. Bryce Benton to the outside of Joseph Tucker. And Tucker's got nowhere to go. Now Benton high on Hillquich.
I think Cameron Chandler's goal is to just hold up the ETR drivers,
Yeah, well, that works.
try and get Bryce Benton past the 2 ETRs.
I don't know why Chandler is so mad because the entire team didn't decide to wreck him, but okay. As to the outside, here comes
Lindsay
Benton.
blocked.
Benton now trying to get to the outside of Hillquich. McKinney, oh, they're on the wall.
Contact.
Hillquich is up the racetrack big time.
Here comes the Benton. He's going to
They're
the inside.
4
All
wide.
squeeze each other side by side. Here comes Joseph Tucker.
Chandler pulled out a little bit from these front runners. We'll have to see if he slows down to catch him back up.
Tucker is clear for the lead, but here they come side by side. McKinney on the bottom. Ortega is back up. Back here comes Jacob Clarino as well. McKinney trying to get there on Sean
Ortega's
Hillquich.
back up here now after falling down to 8th place, looking for 2nd. He might make it 3 wide on McKinney. He'll push
pushes
him
him.
instead.
As
And
Hillquich is up the
runs
racetrack.
the wall.
He's going to lose multiple spots. He's in the wall again.
Something is different. Something definitely wrong with that
And he's
81 car.
pitting.
He's into the pits.
That is so unfortunate. Was leading. And this is going to be a detrimental issue for the points for Sean Hillquist. Not what he wanted to see.
Leading the race. Road in one lap as Jacob Clarino in the top 5. An incredible run for the rookie. He's been lurking around the top 10 all day. Haven't really mentioned him. Been very quiet, but now in the top 5 when it matters. We're coming to 30 laps to go. 31 laps to go. He's just gonna have to hold position, hold on to it. See if, maybe if he can gain any more. As Ortega now looks for second on Jamie McKinney.
There's a slow car, CJ Erdman. Hopefully he's going to get out of the way. Ooh, he's in the wall almost as Clarino in the 33.
Cameron Chandler.
Oh, what is Erdman? I don't know where he's going. Straight in front of the L1 of McKinney. And now here comes the 28 of Ortega. 30 laps to go. Now a second lead for Joseph Tucker, but a battle for second. Oh, he gets almost turns.
He saves it.
Somehow. And they make contact again. Ortega involved. Benton trying to come around the outside.
As Hillquist is back on the track now, right in front of the leaders.
Ooh. Tries to blend, obviously doesn't really do that well.
As Ortega's up the track into Benson. Pushes Benson up the track. Corino's going to try and pounce with Payson Lindsay.
And the 94 is still here. Contact again. Look at this, 3 wide.
Benton's really excited.
What is
He's lost a lot of
81 doing?
I don't think the 81's happy with the 28.
I remember something happens. Gives him a bit of his door. Hopefully that's all of that, because we don't need any more tempers tonight. My God.
In the wall, hard for Corino. Hopefully not giving him damage. Payson Lindsay looks underneath him. That's the battle for 4th. Benton gonna try and regroup and get back into the top 5. After
Big slide.
a lot of spots.
Big send up to the outside on Jacob Clarino as Payson Lindsay.
And Joseph Tucker has a 2.5 seconds over Jamie McKinney in 2nd place. Cameron Chandler now looks to be not as fast as that 52 car. We'll have to see if he holds him up, trying to get the rest of the pack back catch up into him.
So a little bit of the action has calmed down now, for now. McKinney is currently in 2nd, Ortega currently in 3rd. And Ortega is on the charge, he's on the heat, he's the bumper of the 01.
Still no short of battling in the back half of the top 10. Lots of side-by-side action. Corino and Hunsinger side-by-side. Ashton Miller and Connor Asbill side-by-side.
Hillquist still obviously not happy with Ortega, taking 3 wide into the 94 of Erdman in the way. So is the 12 of Wilkin, but he actually gets up the racetrack. Through 1 and 2. Hillquist, of course, not on the lead lap, but he'll still split him 3 wide. Sean Hillquist on a little bit fresher tires than these two. And he'll clear the 28 of Ortega and get to the rear bumper of that 01 of McKinney.
Sean Hillquist has speed. We can tell he was leading the race earlier. Now he'll pass, trying to go unlap himself the hard way because a caution comes out. And back half of the top 10 and just behind the top 15. They are 3 wide all over the place. It's a giant mess back here.
Yeah, this could be our caution,
Wilkin,
and there they go!
Big crash.
Caution
Ortiz.
gonna come out. And they
Oh,
slide
back
back
to
up.
the track. Butler
John
and
Butler.
Ortiz.
Just like we
And
were
that's
saying.
not what Tucker wanted. 2-second lead over the rest of the field.
Yeah. My goodness, let's take a look. So it all starts here with they all kind of squeeze together. It's weird. Wilkins getting lapped. I think he's just overall, hang on. Overall just kind of slow on the outside. So, I think Aswell just ran to the back of him on accident. And then turned him sideways. And there they go again with Cheery and John Butler. Butler really didn't get that big of damage. Neither did Cheery. So, all right, keep calling him Cheery. That's Ortiz. That's right along with the 29.
Nothing the 29 really could have done there by the looks of it.
So he's obviously
Yeah. back into John Butler too. Unfortunate for the old 9 car, which might have given him some damage. Everyone comes down pit road now for fresh tires.
Here we go.
Oh, the 52 stays out.
Joseph
The
Tucker,
52,
is
your
that
leader, stays out.
why? That's weird.
Everyone else is in the pits, and we saw earlier how important fresh tires were when Jamie McKinney, Asher Miller, and Connor Aspel stayed out, and they were swarmed up and caused a caution.
That is, oh my goodness, that is probably detrimental for the 52. I don't know what that was. Will we see any strategy though? Or
It
is
was
gonna be 4
only
tires all
him that
around?
pit. Every other lead lap car is now in the pits. Cameron
mean-
Chandler, CJ Erdman.
Here we go. Battle off pit road. It's going to be Ortega easily. 3 wide for second. Believe McKinney got it. I think third is going to be Benton. Fourth, the 99.
Lines up on the outside or inside of Joseph Tucker could very well be in the race winning position, because I do not think that 52, he's on 28 lap old tires. Older than that. He's on older than 28 lap old tires, and he's going to have to hold off all the fuel on new tires. He's going to get swarmed up.
I don't understand the call here at all. Like, not one bit.
Clausen, how many sets of tires do we have left?
I have 0 sets left, but some others may have either 1 set left.
So there
I
could have
kinda
been a
doubt it.
strategy call to try and save a set from the 52 car.
But why?
But-
Like, what? Like, just, I don't know. I mean, obviously you could have cautions, but I don't think I would risk it that much, and you're the leader.
With only coming up to 20 to go, that's probably not a great call, especially +1 to the cut line. That's a very risky
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
If he was like, I don't know, 15th place, then I get this call. But he's not. He was literally the leader with 2 seconds. Very fast car. Big chance to win this race, and he might have just thrown it away.
He had
got
multiple
fresh
lap cars in between them on pit road too. He could have missed his box, and he still probably would have came out.
Yeah,
the leader.
I don't. I mean, there's no way this call is going to work. There is literally no way.
We have to see Jamie McKinney. If that 52 spins the tires, will McKinney take him 3 wide into turn 1?
What can
That's something
Ortega
to look out for.
Yeah, what can Ortega do on the outside? It's going to be only 21 laps to go when we head back to the green flag in Nashville. This one is just about over. It's been such an insane race all night long.
Gen 6 is not disappointed.
Oh, it is not. One of the notable names, Peyton Lindsay is broken back in the top 5. Eli Tomlin up to 7th. Cole Clausen up to 9th. Clarino hangs on to the top 10 as we come off of turn 4, ready to go back green.
Here we go. 21 laps to go at the Nashville Super Speedway. And we're back to the green flag. Good restart by Tucker, surprisingly. But how long will the pace last? Ortega. Yeah, he's clear.
McKinney will block.
Back into 1 and 2. Here comes Ortega. Just gonna probably, maybe easily drive around him. They're almost 3 wide. Lap car Stacy on the racetrack. What is he doing? 4 wide! We're on the lap car.
Look for the lead.
Oh, what is Tucker
he's
doing? Way up the racetrack he goes. And Miller is sideways. They're all over the place.
Watson
Car in
to
the
the
walls.
wall.
Cole Clausen. Tomlin is loose. They're
Forfeited.
wide again.
Grab.
Oh my God.
Chaos as Stacy comes out of pit road.
What was Andrew Stacy thinking? My God.
Bryce Benton now looking for the lead as they're all still door painted back here, almost wrecking.
I mean,
Matt Grab up into the top 10 after a terrible start to the race.
Brandon Pfeiffer in the top 10 as well. Sorry, that's voice crack, but 19 to go. I don't even know what to say at this point. Here comes Hunter to the inside of the 52 of Tucker, of course on older tires. They were 4 wide around the lap car, down the back
That was
straightaway.
the most chaotic restart I have ever been a part of. That was absolutely nuts.
I can't believe there wasn't a crash there on that restart as Ortiz slides up, trying to get past Matt Grab. Matt Grab, what a recovery of perseverance.
Oh, maybe
But
not.
He's loose.
He's on the
And
bottom.
all that damage from the start, getting it repaired, and now looking for points that are much needed if he wants to make the playoffs.
Joseph Tucker way up the racetrack into those old tires. That is, yeah, this is exactly, that's exactly what we expected and exactly what he didn't want to see. Jacob Colorino battling here with Braden Hunsicker. Oh, that's not Jacob, that's Ashton Miller. But Colorino's right behind him.
Oh, in the wall again, Matt Grab. He's been hitting it a lot. That 53 car is still probably with some damage and handling issues.
Oh, he's
but
loose.
He is ripping it up into the top. Just outside the top 10, running 11th currently.
How about Connor Havrilla ahead of them in the 15
Extra
and
3
10?
wide. Carino on Ashton Miller, blocked all the way to the yellow line.
Oh, Matt Grab is sideways. There is the 71 of Clausen. They all save it again.
Bryce Benton now right behind Jake McKinney for the lead now.
Now Joseph Tucker back to 16th place after all that.
Ortega's back in the third. Bryce Benton on the bumper of Jamie McKinney.
Here we go. This is still a battle going on here for the race lead. Can Bryce, is tonight the night? Can Benton finally do it? 15 laps to go. Oh, contact. Clarino is sideways. And he is there. He's coming. Benton racing for the race lead with Jamie McKinney. He is.
Jason Lindsay also there, sitting in fourth, waited for these top three to battle.
Benton has been trying to find every way around that number 01 of McKinney. Bryce Benton, so many heartbreaks, so many times. Last time he was heartbroken, it was by the man in third, Alexander Ortega, this season in Chicagoland. He is closing, he's there. Jamie McKinney doing everything he can to hold on. McKinney looking for career win number 2, but here comes Benton around the outside for the race lead. McKinney not giving up.
Blocking the bottom because Bryce Benton's gonna have to run off the corner now. He will clear for the lead. Benton leads with less than 20 to go at Nashville.
Bryce Benton, your new leader, 13 remaining. These four not giving up though. The 01 of McKinney, he's gonna try to send it back in the inside. Benton, that's not what he wants to do, blink.
McKinney's right there on the bumper of him. Ortega right behind him. He peaks low, won't fully commit to it.
Almost
Ortega
contact.
runs a lane higher.
Ortega is gonna have good momentum for second on the 01 of McKinney. There he is to the inside.
The crossover works well. Benton wants these two to stay side by side as long as possible. Try and break away. Lindsay hoping these two slide up the track and he can get into second and challenge Benton himself. Ortega's clear. Payson Lindsay looks for third as McKinney hits the wall.
Now here comes Ortega, 11 laps to go in Nashville. Like I mentioned, this is the latest driver to heartbreak the 9 of Benton at Chicagoland earlier this season. Benton, maybe some bad deja vu, some bad memories, doesn't want the same thing to happen to him again. He's got to hold on for just about 10 more laps in Nashville, but that 28 of Ortega is quick.
10 laps to go at the line. Ortega, he has the pace. We saw him. He won the stage earlier today. He's led many laps. He got shuffled back earlier. So did Bryce Benton. Bryce Benton was in 15th earlier today. After a great start in stage 1, he got shuffled back, but he's fought back. He's up in the lead. Ortega trying to chase him down, but it's all about Bryce Benton. Can he hold him off? Coming to 9 laps to go here off of turn 4.
Bryce Benton earlier this season in Charlotte got his first Xfinity Series win. It was a long time coming, but his first Cup win is still in the distance, but tonight could be the night. 9 remaining at Nashville. Benton, your current leader. Riding along with Alexander Ortega, he's got momentum ever so slightly down this backstretch. Lap car ahead of him, that's CJ Erdman. The last time Erdman was involved with some lap traffic duties, didn't go so well.
Benton just hoping Erdman lets them both pass on the outside. Maybe Eddie well respectful from Erdman as he'll drop low as well to try and let by McKinney as he'll actually slide up right in front of him and actually low.
Yeah, it wasn't really the best job letting him go, but Ortega is there on Benton. 8 to go. Here comes Alexander Ortega to the rear bumper of the 9 of Bryce Benton. These have got to be the last 7 longest laps of Bryce Benton's life. trying to hold on. Ortega is there.
Looks
He's
low.
yes to the inside for the race lead in Nashville.
Benton's gonna have to run off the corner, but Ortega will try and side draft him, pull him back to his clutches into turn 3. He could try a slide drop. I don't know if he will.
He will.
He's clear of him.
New leader, Alexander Ortega, just like that. Benton back
Benton's
to second
gonna have
place.
a run.
He's been in this position too many times. He needs to try to get back that 28. What will he be willing to do as they head back into 1 and 2? He is not giving up. He's still trying to close to that rear bumper of Alexander Ortega. Benton knows this opportunity is just slipping away now. Coming up 5 to go. Just got passed for the lead by the driver that upset him last time in Chicagoland. 5 remaining. A little bit of a better lap time there for Ortega from the looks of it. And he's just going to try to pull away from the 9 of Benton. Third place, Jamie McKinney. What a run he's having tonight. There is 4th place, Payson Lindsay. Another very, very amazing run. And Ashton Miller inside the top 5 as well.
Much needed run for Payson Lindsay after a long suspension.
Benton, he is not giving up, but he's only got about 3.5 laps to go. They're trying to repass that 28 of Ortega, and Ortega is pulling away. Another one of these heartbreaks if it ends like this for Bryce Benton. It's oh so close, but this one might just slip away with him with 3 laps to go.
3 laps to go. Ortega looks like he's faster every single lap. That last lap, Alexander Ortega ran. He ran a 30.5. Bryce Benton ran a 30.6. So a 10th quicker that last time. We'll have to see if it continues. Just 2 laps to go. I'm starting to think Ortega has it wrapped up unless we have a crash on this with 2 laps to go.
He gets the white flag, next flag, which would be the checkered flag, ends the race. 9/10 of a second to lead. Erdman now still sitting ahead of Benson or McKinney. He's not happy with them at all. Those two beefs down the back straightaway. What a run. What a day for the 28 of Ortega. Up and back and forth all night long. And he's looking to take the white flag this time by to make it official. 1 lap to go in Nashville.
That was the longest lap of Ortega's life right there. He saw CJ Erdman in his mirror making contact with Jamie McKinney, and he's praying that they don't make more contact and crash, as now they hit the white flag down the back straight away. He's home free. Checkered flag will fly for the 28.
What a day for Alexander Ortega. So good in the Xfinity Series. Still looking for the first time in victory lane there, but this will be Cup Series win number 2. Alexander Ortega defeats Bryce Benton. He'll win in Nashville. Second Benton, another heartbreak. Oh, through the grass is McKinney. I think he still takes 3rd. 4th is the 79 and Miller. 5th, Huntsicker. And the rest of the field comes on by.
Jimmy McKinney got on the 4th there. Payson Lindsay.
Oh, we got 2 cars
great.
crashing. The 50 and the, I don't know who else it
98,
is.
98 of Pfeiffer.
After the
Kind of
checkered
looked like
flag.
beef a little bit.
There's Ortega.
Oh, and Cameron Chandler
Yeah, not happy.
kills the 52 after the checkered flag.
Not shocked about that. What a day. So many tempers flaring tonight. What a race. This is going to be one to remember. Alexander Ortega ran down Bryce Benton and got around it with under 10 laps to go. He earned this one. Thought Benton was going to have more for him, but he's going to have to wait yet another week at least. What a job well done by the driver of the 28, Alexander Ortega. Goes to victory lane for the 2nd time in his Cup Series career. And there he is, not really doing the best of burnouts down the front straightaway.
3rd win of the season for Chandler Wilson Racing. As Ortega, with 2 of them, is first coming out Chicagoland. Doesn't matter if it's the Gen 6, he still will get it done in his 2nd ever Cup start. He's 2 for 2 here in the Cup Series. Still looking for the first in Xfinity, but he's got it in the Cup Series.
I believe that's the first time that's ever happened in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Driver wins their first 2 races. As he will burn it down on this front straightaway. Another weird thing here. He's going to become the only driver in NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, well, current at least, history to be sitting at 2 wins. Everyone else either has... there was no 2-win driver before him. It was either 1 win or 3 win or more. Or less. 0 wins. That'll put him 9th officially on the all-time list. As he continues to burn it down on this front straightaway. What a race for Alexander Ortega. His 2nd win of the season, joins Braden Hunsicker and Matthew White, both drivers with 2 wins. And burns up that motor. Alexander Ortega wins in Nashville. And just gotta think about, of course, Bryce Benson's such a heartbreak, finishing 2nd. But Cameron Chandler, man, was in position to really gain on Matthew White.
Still arguing over the radio as we speak.
Oh my God.
The 52 and Cameron Chandler, 52 of Tristan Tucker and the 8 of Cameron Chandler, still arguing as we speak.
I mean, I know they didn't really like each other to begin with, but this is not gonna help in the slightest, obviously. What a day in Nashville. Post-race interviews from the Nashville Superspeedway are coming up. This is definitely going to be one to remember tonight. All right.
Update on the points. Since 52 dropped down to 2 below the cut line. Now, as it's not official, but like now, I got 2 points below the cut line after from 1st all the way down to 16th to finish.
Yeah,
Cameron Chandler has removed the 52 from the second as well.
Yeah, a bit of post-race rage there for Cameron Chandler. But, of course, post-race interviews are coming up. Here from the Nashville Super Speedway. All right. As we welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Nashville Super Speedway post-race show, Alexander Ortega, his 2nd career win. And what a job well done for him. Alexander Ortega, doesn't matter if it's the Gen 6 car, the Gen 7 car, or maybe even possibly the Xfinity Series car, you'll go to victory lane. It's your 2nd career victory in Nashville. You ran down Bryce Benson, passed him straight up there, absolutely earned this victory here tonight. How did you get around him there in the closing laps, under 10 to go, to just pull away there at the end and win this race?
Just long run pace. Kind of the story of our season in the Xfinity Series, and my last Cup start at Chicagoland, it was kind of the same kind of thing. I was worried there that run before that last caution came out, it was just really, really crazy with the racing, and I was trying to take it easy and kind of ride, but when you're 3-4 wide, lap cars are getting involved, people are banging off each other, it was getting stressful, and I don't know if I had anything there, and so I think I kind of got bailed out by that caution. And then it was just long enough of a run for the tires to come in towards the end, and was able to just go past Bryce nice and clean.
All right, so Alexander, you're 2 for 2 in 2 Cup starts, winning them both. So how many more Cup starts are you planning on doing this season?
We'll see. I would like to do some more. I've had a blast. I didn't expect to have that much fun in the Gen 6 car. I don't think I've ever ran this car in an actual race. And so it was fun to kind of try something different and do really well in it. But I'd love to come and do more starts. Just not sure where.
All right.
So what's the next gen? So with the Gen 6 car, what's the big difference between the Gen 7 and Gen 6 you think today?
I think one of the big differences, I've ran the next gen here a few times with the the update we got a month or two ago, and I think the biggest difference today was just the spread, like how spread out things got, at least early in the run. The Gen 6 car doesn't really have the dirty air that the next gen does, and so there is no kind of variable with the air when it comes to those short runs and those restarts. And so that's what made them so chaotic. I mean, I know at the very beginning, I think we ran three wide there for the lead for like 3 laps straight nearly. And there's just no dirty air, and so it just things stay packed up a little longer on the short run, and then they get pretty spread out. At least towards the front, it did on the long run, and so it's definitely nice. Another difference, I think, you could really just drive up there and pass somebody if you had better tires. Um, there was there wasn't like a need to like chase clean air. You could kind of run whatever line you wanted, even if it was right behind someone. You would still be able to get that run if your tires were better. And so I think that made it a lot more enjoyable and was the reason I was able to go and pass Bryce, because if dirty air got involved, it was going to be really difficult.
All right, Alexander. Well, of course, big congratulations on your second career Xfinity Series victory here tonight. You've been really good, or Cup Series win, I should say, here tonight. You've been, of course, really good in the Cup Series this season so far. Still looking for that first Xfinity win, but gotta hope it's coming soon. And we'll see you in Watkins Glen next week.
All right, thank you.
Coming up next, going to be Bryce Benton. Man, what does he have to do? Bryce Benton, I feel like we've been here a million times before. Second, again, just short after leading with under 10 laps to go. You got passed by Ortega there, straight up with 2 to go. What more did you need there to hold on?
I should have probably managed my tires better in those last, I don't know, like 10, 15 laps. I forgot how long that run was, but yeah, I should have probably managed my tires better. It just fell off after like, I don't know, after like 10 laps, and yeah, it got really tight, obviously, because I didn't manage my tires well, and yeah, it was just unfortunate. I think if I managed my tires a little bit better, I might have been able to get the win, but I guess just another learning experience, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but hopefully we can get the win sometime soon.
And then Cole
I
Wilson.
Bryce, yeah, we saw you a great start in stage 1, and then you got mired back in traffic at near the end of it. So how were you able to get through all the chaos that we saw earlier today and get back up front to finish in P2 and was leading with just 2 laps to go, but just came short.
Yeah, it was just mainly just trying to keep my car clean because everyone was just racing stupid in front of me, to be honest. Yeah, I saw a lot of terrorism happen in front of me, but yeah, I just pretty much just tried to keep my car clean, and that pretty much just that worked out pretty well. I didn't really have the pace. I was not very fast, but just keeping my car clean was really what helped there, and not DNFing or anything. And I mean, overall, it did result in a pretty good points day too. So yeah, I guess I can't complain too much about second, but obviously, really want that win.
All right, Bryce. Well, of course, so close to another win, but a really good points day overall with drivers like Hunsicker, Chandler, and White not scoring nearly as many points as you guys. But we'll see you at Watkins Glen next week at a road course where you're pretty decent at.
Yep.
Coming in next, going to be Pace and Lindsay. Comes home third. Pace and Lindsay, a great day for you guys. Podium finish. You guys needed this one here tonight. How good does it feel to just drive up here inside the podium and gain some great points? 15 points for the race, and I believe a bit of stage points as well.
Yeah, hopefully this race puts us in the playoffs. We didn't really have that much speed all day, but with all the carnage going on and everyone hitting the wall, we were just able to slowly and methodically make our way up through the field. And P3 there at the end, we'll take it. Hopefully, I believe next week is Watkins Glen. We don't perform that well there, but hopefully we can find some speed there as well.
So Payson, I saw over the radio you were not happy with the car. You complained about the Gen 6 with this podium finish, has your mind changed at all, or do you still think the next gen is better?
And
Hello, Payson Lindsay.
well, he's down. All right.
Okay,
Hello?
Payson Lindsay.
There we go. I just did my whole interview on mute.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we didn't really have that strong of a car today. We were maybe P12 at best after 10 laps, but we were able to just slowly and methodically make our way up to the field, and P3 there at the end.
All right, Payson. Well, nice job coming home third, and we'll see you in Watkins Glen.
Yeah, thank you.
Coming up next is going to be Jamie McKinney, still finished fourth. Jamie McKinney, another a great run for you guys tonight. P4 in your first Cup Series race in a little bit. Amazing day overall, but you had a bit of a beef with a lap car, CJ Erdman. So what was going on there?
No clue actually. I don't know. At first I thought Payson ordered him to slow me down so he could pass me, but I don't know. I mean, it's fine, but apparently he's saying I fenced him at Charlotte in Xfinity, but I can't exactly recall, and like I don't understand why he never talks to me about it. So I don't know. So when it happened, I was really frustrated because I thought like he was just trying to help his teammate or something. I don't know. Overall, this was an awful race. Never want to do it ever again. We should have run Gen 6. I got ran over multiple times all race by a matter of different drivers and everything. I didn't mean to wreck Stacy, but he thinks it's intentional because he hits me earlier, but whatever.
Yeah, we saw you were caught up in the top 5 to 10 battle all day long. So aggressive. How are you able to make it through all that chaos and finish inside the top 5?
I don't know. I just try to drive the car the way I wanted it to, and luck fell my way, I think. And I don't know. I just got ran into multiple times by a bunch of different guys, including the race winner. So I don't know what to say if I want to rant or not, but very disappointed.
All right, Jamie. Well, still nice job on the run tonight. Still a top 5 finish. Overall, a great day for you guys, but we'll see you in the next race you're able to do.
Yeah, thank you.
Next will be Jacob Clarino. Jacob Clarino, a great day overall for you guys. Going to be a top 10 finish. Your first top 10 finish of your Cup Series career. You guys had almost top 10, top 15 speed all day long, and you ultimately will survive all the chaos throughout the entire race and finish in 8th place. So just take me through what it was like battling there at the end of the race and coming home top 10 for the first time in your career.
So yeah, early in the race, I had problems with the cautions and stuff, and with me being able to get through wrecks, I was able to get up in a high position, and just in the end, I was able to be aggressive with these cars in the package. And I was gonna try to battle Braden for 6, but I used up my right front, fell back. But in the end, I got an 8th place, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, Jake, we saw you multiple times contact hard in the wall, and we definitely has the car definitely wasn't clean today. But how'd you make it through the pack to get your 8th place finish today?
Just some good driving and just a little bit of skill, I guess, and maybe a little bit of luck.
Jacob Clarino, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Colson.
All right. Coming up next, still got a few more to go. It'll be Connor Havrilla. Connor Havrilla, you guys will finish 10th. You guys really didn't have good speed for the first half of the race. Then you turned it up there in the second half. How did you drive your way back up through the fields, get some decent strategy there as well, and ultimately get a good top 10 finish?
Yeah, no, it was tough. It was definitely tough in the beginning for sure. We just kept fighting. I mean, beginning there was nothing went our way, but after the stage just kept going. Yeah, the fast 50 at the end. Finally figured out how to save tires at the end and somehow brought it home P10.
Yeah, we saw you multiple times spun in the opposite direction. So um, how um, how were you able to keep the damage to a minimum and just get back through the field to get a top 10?
I'm not sure to be honest. I think about every side of our car got hit at some point, besides maybe a few, you know, maybe besides the west sides. But other than that, yeah, we were around a few times there, but kept it minimal and somehow got the top 10.
All right, Connor, well,
So,
good job, of course, finishing top 10. Another decent points day for you guys as well. A lot of playoff cut line drivers had issues. This should be pretty good for you guys, and we will see you at
Yep.
Watkins Glen.
all right, thank you.
Next up, trying to get through these real quick. So obviously
Connor
got
Asbell.
yeah, Connor Asbell coming up next. He finished 11th. Connor Aswell is just outside the top 10 in 11th place, but it's a finish for the first time, and it feels like a long time. How good is the feel to finish and ultimately have top 10 speed all day long?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I know exactly what happened. I love these cars. I've always did compared to the next gen. I just like being like driving on the edge of the car instead of just kind of being more tight than loose. But yeah, I'm really grateful I got through this race. I got a couple stage points as well. Saved the car a lot, which next gen I would probably been flipping down the front stretch, but yeah, truly grateful, truly blessed. Yeah.
So Connor, we had a we've had a very tough season besides your win at Auto Club, obviously, but some much needed points today with a good stage finish and a 11th place finish. How are you feeling going into Watkins Glen next week in a road course, needing more points to make sure you're in the playoff fight?
Um. I'm not really too much of a fan of the Glen, but yeah, I don't know. It's just gonna be one of those things where I can maybe practice a little bit throughout the week, kind of get myself prepared. And as humbly I can say it, from this night, yeah, we're running a Gen 6, and that's where my speed is. But if it was a next gen, I probably wouldn't have been up in the top 10 or had speed like it. So credit to all the guys that are fast in the next gen. I know the switch was a little bit weird, especially in the middle of the season. But yeah, I'm just not good in next gen. I'm only good in Gen 6, so.
All right, Connor. Well, of course, great job of the run here tonight. Really good day overall, and obviously a finish. So we will see you at Watkins Glen.
Yep, God bless.
Coming up next, do maybe one more here. That's going to be Cole Clausen. Cole Clausen, not a bad day overall. You guys will finish 12th, kind of an average day. You, of course, came to this race 10th in points. A lot of drivers that were inside the top today had big issues. So it's not the worst days of all, not the worst days for points. Just take me through what it was like finishing 12th here.
Yeah, that was probably the most chaotic FedEx race I've ever been a part of. I mean, I definitely don't agree with the decision to change cars halfway through the season. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna stay with this change, but me personally, I'm not a big fan of it just because I'm not really used to it. Maybe it's just me having skill issues all race long, but yeah, everyone just drives through you, and with these cars, they just move you out of the way because the next gen car is a tank. Plow through people in those cars, they don't budge, but in these cars, you can just get shipped right out of the way. And yeah, that final restart, I mean, was absolutely nuts. So not the race we wanted, but looks like a lot of guys are going to get penalties. So hopefully we can benefit from some of those penalties, maybe.
Yeah, Cole. Coming up next to Watkins Glen, road course. How are you feeling going into that? Needing some, not really needing points, but some points would be nice for a buffer. So how are you feeling going to a road course?
Yeah, I suck at road courses, so just try and make the best of our day. I'll probably flip and end up in a tree somewhere in Watkins Glen State Park. So yeah, hopefully we can just survive that place and get some solid points.
All right, Cole. Well, still nice job coming home with the top 15 finish and getting decent points overall tonight in Nashville. So we'll see you coming up on Watkins Glen.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Actually, still have one more to go. It's Andrew Stacy. Andrew Stacy, we have to talk about how unfortunate your night was. Unfortunately, after running inside of the top 5, you made contact with Jamie McKinney, putting you head on into the wall and ending your race with 0 points scored. Just take me through what happened.
So running good. I was trying to defend my 4th position. I think it was, who is it? I know someone passed me, and then I had the little Hello Kitty car come up on me and just act like I wasn't there. Came down on me. I slightly slid up, and that's his defense. You could say all he wants. I'm still gonna send it out. And he just right hooks me. He's a part timer, and he's just doing this stuff, and I don't think it's good. And I'll definitely I'll definitely think about some stuff I'll do to him where it'll hurt him where it hurts. Like I did here. I was above the cut. If I just finished fifth or 6th in stage, and it just sucks that I get killed like that. And I want to congratulate Connor with the top 10. He did great today, and I'll handle him. That's for sure. I'll handle him.
All right, Andrew. So, like you said, some much-needed points flushed down the toilet. So, as we go next week into Watkins Glen, how are you feeling? Looking at a road course, some right-handers. You've been practicing. So, how are you feeling? And do you think you have a chance to score some of those much-needed points?
Yeah, I feel like I don't have a choice to not score some points. And yeah, if worst comes to worst, I'll handle some stuff. That's for sure. We just want to have a good point save for once and not just get wrecked out every single week. We were on a good run for the past month or 2, and we've been doing pretty good. And it's just sometimes it's gonna have to crumble down.
Yeah, so unfortunate, Andrew, you're going to fall to 16th in points because of this, but we'll see you next week in Watkins Glen.
Yep.
All right, that'll do it. Guys, any final thoughts here from Nashville Superspeedway?
What was Joseph Tucker thinking? Finishing 16th after leading the race. That staying out decision was pretty terrible. Crew chief should be fired. But man, what could have been for Joseph Tucker if he would have just pit with the field? He probably would have came out first, and would he have been the one burning it down instead of Ortega?
Yeah, just what a night tonight. Looking at the points, it's now 19 points separating Matthew White and Cameron Chandler for the regular season championship lead. On the cut line, currently it is Connor Havarilla just having the edge over Joseph Tucker by 5 points. You got Payson Lindsay with 69 points. He's currently 7 points back. Good points gate for him. Matt Grab, he is even further back, maybe 10, maybe about 12 or 13. Then Andrew Stacy back there as well. He lost points tonight. Connor Aspel gained a little bit, but overall, what a night as we hit the Watkins Glen on the road next week for both the iCar series on Tuesday, Xfinity on Wednesday, Cup on Thursday, and that should be fun next week at Watkins Glen. What a race we had there for the Cup Series, a season to go. This week isn't over just yet. The NASCAR iRacing FedEx League heads to NASCAR iRacing FedEx lobbies tomorrow night. We'll have, starting off with the Gen 6, this car, at USA Speedway. Then we go to Talladega with the Cadillac CTV race car. What a race that could be. And then the main event is ARCA at Kansas. So, what a night. We'll see you tomorrow night for NASCAR iRacing FedEx lobbies, week number 32. It returns. That will do it from Nashville Superspeedway. So on behalf of all officials, team owners, commentators, drivers, everybody involved in making this league what it is, thank you for a great race in Nashville. And we'll see you, of course, for the official series on the road for 3 days straight in Watkins Glen next week. But we'll see you tomorrow night for NASCAR iRacing FedEx Lobbies week number 32. Good night from Nashville.